want to be us.
Welcome back to Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. We were back here on the couch, having a crazy convo. We were talking about before the show. We will talk about it on the show as well. It's gonna get wild.
You gonna learn today. Yeah, you do. You gonna
It'll be easier.
You gonna learn today, or you can just get out of here. Or we could just get out of here. Or we could just get out of here. We could just get out of here together. That's it.
Thanks.
Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen.
It'll be easier.
Coming in mid-combo, it'll all make sense in a second. Y'all are some wild gentlemen, but I love working with y'all. But this is Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. Whoop, whoop. As always, we got the legend. Gilbert Arenas here with us.
What up?
Hold your weight. I like it. That's I've been holding mine for quite some time.
Talk about it.
It's almost summertime. Trying to get that summer body. We getting right. Lost about 2 pounds.
The 2?
Good 2. Good 2. We got Mr. B, Brandon Jennings, back here with us, representing Tough Crowd, as always, Tough Crowd University.
What's the hype?
No scholarships available for most of y'all. The Tough Crowd University. And we got Cemetery Larry, Championship Charles. A man that goes by many names.
Hey, that's hard. Hey, dog.
Rashad McCants.
Niggas in the back. Niggas in the back deserve a raise, I'm telling you, man.
The greatest intro in Gil's Arena history. For all of you who joined us yesterday for our Pat Bev show. Rashad, a lot of people in the chat. I saw the night before when we made the announcement, the day of, the duck emojis were in full swing. They said you was going to duck Pat, you weren't going to show up.
Full swing.
We were very happy to have you here in the building.
Yeah.
It seemed like you and Pat had a breakthrough. Y'all bonded?
Ain't no beef, man.
Okay.
You know.
All good.
It was a setup. You know, you just got to overcome the setup. You know what I'm saying? I seen this shit coming. I seen it from a mile away.
And shout out to Ron for pulling up as well. I watched his battle rap videos last night.
You did?
Yeah, very, very talented.
So I asked, I said, hit me and holla. And him and Holla said, yo, nah, he's nice. He was like, nah, he's nice. I was like, for real? Okay. He was like,
but my guy's better.
who's your guy?
A-Verb. Shout out to A-Verb.
Okay.
That's my nigga. St. Louis. He from where Hitman from. Yeah. A-Verb is the legend. He's top 5.
Hold on.
He's top 5.
Hold on.
He better than Low Deluxe?
Huh?
He better than Low Deluxe?
They top 5 together.
Okay.
His clips, Lux, A-Verb.
Spell it.
A-Y-E-V-E-R-B.
A-Verb.
A-Verb.
Oh. Yeah, I seen him.
Yeah.
Oh, Tay-Rock.
Tay-Rock probably like 6, 7.
He didn't have this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He didn't have
got the
dreads and the beard. Okay, yeah.
Disaster. It's a bunch of niggas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moo.
Daylight.
Daylight crazy.
Moving into the battle rap section.
Remember Serious Jones?
Serious Jones, still cold. Yeah, that's my nigga too.
And as a reminder for all the fans
We do
out
listen
there,
to female. 40 bars.
40. Official.
we are men of many talents.
Yoshi too, man. Yoshi be in the spaces. What's up, show? Yoshi.
Men of many talents and interests on this show, not just limited to basketball. But for all the fans out there, we now have 2 viewing options for you, our traditional version and a vertical mobile version for everybody out there watching on their phones at work, which there are a lot of you. You tell me all the time. Y'all got to sneak off and duck off. And fuck your managers if they're hating. I just want to say that. Okay? Tell them you're watching Gil's Arena presented by Underdog Fantasy. Whoop, whoop. If you don't get a promotion, let us know, and we'll handle it for you. But we do have those 2 viewing options. So pick whichever one you want to watch or watch both at the same damn time. It is your choice. So here's what's cracking in the arena today. The Celtics and Mavs meet for Game 1 of the NBA Finals on Thursday, but who will be the most important player in this series? LeBron has some interesting comments on the importance of surrounding 2 stars with quality role players, but will this stop the Lakers from trying to add a 3rd star to the roster this summer? And does Steph Curry belong in the top 10 of greatest NBA players of all time? At least one Hall of Famer does not think so, but we will discuss on this show. We have some opinions, Gil. They're still packing you up for saying Steph ain't generational. We'll get into that as well. It's been a lot of heat coming your direction.
So I'm not commenting because I don't even get it.
You don't get it?
I don't.
We're going to explain it.
They don't either.
We're going to explain it.
We'll break it down. Everybody stay tuned because it was a lot of negativity Roaming on the internet, you got to listen close to what this man Gil said. But before we get into all that, as always, this show is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. If you have not done so already, download the app and you can get up to $250 in bonus cash, plus a special pick'em. We got WNBA going on. You know, Angel Reese, Kayla Clark, the rest of that league, Asia Wilson, shout out, Diana Taurasi. A lot of people out there getting buckets. So you can get your WNBA on. Got the NBA Finals starting this week. Got some Major League Baseball, which I know you guys have been getting into, the MLB, the Show 24. Tons of things for you to get your bag right with Underdog Fantasy. But make sure when you do, sign up for the app. You use promo code GIL. And as always, we do have some picks. Okay. Oh, we're not making picks, but our fans asked for more ways to win, so Underdog Fantasy came through and dropped pick 8. Ooh, okay. See? Oh, damn, 325X?
What is that?
For real?
That means up to 3 more picks on max entries where you can win up to 325 times your money, including double flex entries where you only need to hit 6 out of 8 to win big. So see, that's a much better, because you know, I'd be having trouble. Somebody will always betray me, but going 6 for 8, much easier. So to celebrate, Underdog dropped a...
I'm trying to go 2 for 2.
I ain't went 3 for 3 in so long. They trying to trick you right there, man.
So to celebrate, Underdog dropped a special pick'em for today, so don't miss your chance to try it out before it's gone. Sign up and use code GIL, as we already told you, to get up to $250 in bonus cash on your first deposit. So stay tuned to Gil's Arena, as we will be submitting a pick 8 entry on Thursday's show ahead of Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The 8 picks on Thursday will go as such. 1 Underdog special. Gil, you get 2 because it's your show and you're the boss. 1 from Brandon, 1 from Rashad, 1 from Kenyon, 1 from myself, and 1 producer pick.
Ooh.
So ride with us, Taylor. What is it? Tail, Fade, whatever y'all say.
Don't trust that producer pick.
Producer picks have been reliable.
Oh, they are?
I ain't gonna lie, Gil. Sometimes I'd be like, y'all just pick one for me. They've been coming through.
Okay.
They've been coming through. I did pick Cat on my own. He did not betray me. He hit that 19.5 points. So shout out Cat. And as always, we do mostly fans the end of every single show. You drop a good question in the chat with your Underdog Fantasy username, and we use that question on the show. You get a $50 bonus to your Underdog Fantasy account if you send us a video to mostlyfansgil@gmail.com, and you are a member of the Underdog Fantasy family. $100 bonus to your Underdog Fantasy account. As always, you can ask us questions about anything. And if they're not out of pocket, we will answer on the show. We do the show live Monday through Thursday, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. If you can't watch us with us here, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but that is your choice. We have audio versions available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. So we are a basketball show. We're going to start this a little bit different. Friday, the crew pulled up, Melly Monocle's Pineapple Show, Hollywood. I did not know what Pineapple meant. I had to Google and learn all this stuff. Was a dating show. There were 3 contestants. Members of the crowd were allowed to come up, shoot their shot, use their best pickup and dating lines. So obviously you gentlemen operate in a different plane as former hoopers, men of prestige and big bags. But what are some pickup lines you've used in the past?
You know what time it is. You know what time it is. You know why I'm here. You know what time it is.
What time is it?
Let's go.
Okay. And that effective? Like,
Yeah.
field goal percentage from that 70, 80%, would you 90, 100?
What KD was doing in the club.
Okay. You know what time it is.
Get buckets. Get buckets.
Everybody has to have a
You know what's funny is the pickup lines we have is corny,
It is.
right? But it works for us, right? My pickup line was $50 to the DJ to say my name. Oh, Gilbert Arenas in the building.
That was it.
That was my line.
Yeah.
I didn't have to say nothing. Oh my God, where he at?
No,
Where he at?
No, he not. Back in the day, that club, that shout out. Yo, what's the name of that building?
The head.
Oh, they all
Damn, oh shit, where he at? Oh,
There you go.
Hey, girl, he over there.
follow the bottles.
Follow the bottom.
Yeah, that's what's said. So there's no pickup line that we said that was not gonna work because the women already.
When the DJ announced you, did you wave to the crowd or did you play it off? Okay.
Hey, bless.
Fake bless. Hey, this right here.
You know what because
Hey.
All the time they weren't knowing it was payoff.
Hey.
Hey, I had to learn.
Hey, watch out. I don't even know. Hey.
Bless.
I had to learn the $50 to the DJ because it was the bottles, buying the bottles, and everyone tracked through the.
Yeah, the sparklers, yeah, you follow the money.
Where that going at? That's usually, that cost me about 10 grand to get their attention. $50, let him say it out. That was better. Old school, old head taught me that one.
So you saved $9,950 with that move. That is strategic. Rashad, what's your best pickup line?
Get right or get left. Macarena on that ass. Get right or get left. Bitch, choose your fate.
Oh my God.
Thank you very much.
Red pill or
Make the
blue
right
pill?
decision. And if I really went to my bag, it's a chooser's fee when you're choosing me. Can you buy that? You got enough to buy that? It's a chooser's fee when you're choosing me.
I did hear a player say this line, and I had to see if it worked, and went up to one of the baddest girls. I'm like, oh my God. He said, I ain't the prettiest man in the world, but I got enough money to buy it. That's the rated G version. That's the rated G version on how he said it. But that was the slogan. I'm not the prettiest motherfucker in the world, but I got enough money to buy that.
Hey.
And I'm like, man, get your. And she walked off with like, oh my God.
It didn't work.
I'm tricking. Tricking moving forward. That day on, that's when.
So basically, how much?
How much?
Basically,
Can you buy
How
that?
much?
Huh? You know how much the date costs?
So anything under that.
You know how much the date costs?
How much a date cost?
200 plus. That's how much the date costs. So how much the night costs? If the date costs 2 plus, the night costs what?
But that's what makes it bad, right? We're playing in a field that just doesn't. Like, you gotta remember, women are gonna compromise whatever integrity, whatever rules, whatever they say goes out the window. And it happened that night at the Melly show.
It did.
She came up there and said, I only want to do with one child, right? He has one child. Anything more than that, I'm good. This and this. They said, so Brandon, how many kids you got? 3? 3 different baby mamas? Oh my God, you're so cute.
Immediately. It went out the window.
Oh my God, you're so cute. Like, okay, yeah. Daddy.
Just like, damn.
Like,
that shit went out.
It doesn't work. That doesn't, like, that's why I said it's right. It's, hey, get your chips up. Trust me. When you get your chips up, the rules that apply does not apply
to you. Yeah.
It does.
That's a fact.
It doesn't.
There's certain guys that went up there, even the one guy, the sugar daddy, the guy that worked on.
Yeah, he was like, I don't have no kids. I got 4 jobs. I make this. She was like, yeah. You got kids? He's like, no, I don't have no kids. You got a job? Yes, I said I have 5 jobs. I make 6 figures. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's cool. And pineapple. It was like, why'd you pineapple? Shit, I don't know. Get him on out of here.
Yeah, fact.
Like, what?
He wasn't interested.
Like, he up.
Yeah. Like, I want what I want.
She don't know what she wants.
Yeah, nah.
She just knows she won't see them dollars.
Yeah.
You see them dollars, holler. That's all she won't see.
Like Joy and Taylor said, the 3 F's, you got to be financially stable, funny.
And what else?
I think reasonably good looking. I don't know what the third F.
Fine, funny, and fucking money.
Yeah, fine, funny.
Yeah, that's why I said, that's
The
what I
Fs.
said, what I said with the 3 F's. Find them, fuck them, and forget them.
Ladies and gentlemen, this
rough,
is
yeah.
Yo, you rough, yo.
Find them.
It's a
Got him.
Yo,
Got him.
You keep it hostile.
Got them.
this is hostile territory. As you guys are well aware, it says it on the floor. So
Don't play no games, it won't be no games.
next question, what's your go-to pickup line?
I told you.
Oh,
The $50.
$50. All
It
right.
wasn't it?
My
I
bad.
didn't need to pick up a line.
I take an edible before the
Agent
show.
Zero, man.
It's a 0, man.
50 to the
Corny. We're
That's
corny.
not a pickup line,
But
though.
we're corny. If you fall for a pickup line as a woman, I'm gonna say it. You're not that smart.
Facts.
Because of this. The dude who has no game is the guy you want. The guy with all the game means exactly what it sounds like. He has all the tricks. He's learned all the tricks to get you, which means he is not who he is. He is the gamer. He's the trickster. He is the guy that's saying everything you want to hear.
Talk that
So
shit.
when you say I want to do, you have no game. Yeah, me. You want to do with the game? Okay. Yeah, you looking beautiful, sexy. You know, I just
Lying
want
to
to
her.
know you and all this stuff. I want to know the inner you and outer you and blah, 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 blah. Right? And then you, oh my God, he was so perfect. I didn't know he had another girlfriend, 3 kids, and this and this. Because you wasn't listening to none of that.
He gamed you.
Yeah? What's the dude, Jaren Jackson? What's that? What's his name?
No. Derek Jackson.
Every man told you, gamer.
That nigga lying.
He lying. Y'all like, oh, y'all just mad because he's secure with his manhood, he this and this. And then 52 girls came out and said, yeah, we slept with him last night. Duh. We tried to, yeah. we know what the wolf in sheep clothing looks like. Mm-hmm. We them. We had to be them, so we know what it looks like.
She gullible.
Yeah.
She gullible. She gullible as fuck. When you a hopeless romantic.
Oh, wow.
Let's break it down. Hopeless romantic. She got no fucking hope. You can tell her whatever the fuck you want. Nigga, she gonna roll with it. It's hopeless. It's hopeless.
You know what I told, I said it on my personal podcast. I said women, and I said it like, women, when you're meeting a dude, shut up. In a sense of, stop saying what you want in a man. Stop telling him what you're looking for. Stop telling him about your past and this and that. Because all he's doing is sitting there writing it, and then he's gonna give you exactly what you told him. Right? And then you're gonna get mad that he gamed you. He gamed you. How stupid do you have to think we are to give me the playbook?
Give me the game.
To not use it. You gave me the game to get you. You want flowers, this, guy, that, romantic, church-loving guy. I've never been to church ever, but tonight, hallelujah, Jesus heard me give you a scripture that I think you might want to. I don't know none of it, but you told me this is what gets you, so I'm gonna use it. Right? If you don't say nothing, then I have to try to figure you out. I have to learn you. But if you're gonna give me the answers, I'm gonna write it down.
I had to retire from the game, man.
Right? People don't know that.
It was too easy.
It's too easy.
It was too, like, we became masters, especially when you got bread and you can literally mark down those things. Oh, you like that? Okay, you like that? Oh, you like to go there too? Okay, you ain't never been there before. Huh? I'm gonna be the first. Okay. When it comes too easy, it's just like it's boring now.
But that's why I don't like when a woman tells me what she like. I just show her what I like her to see.
I don't do none of that.
No?
No. She got to learn me now.
No,
You got to learn me now. You got to be, look,
Nah, you
you're
gotta
not
teach.
the prize.
I'm gonna teach her.
BJ, listen to me very carefully.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
She is not the prize. She is the fucking winner. You ain't did nothing for the game. I'm the game. I'm the prize. You the winner. Do you want to win?
Hey, no.
We both the winner.
Look, I had a debate with my cousin. I had a debate with my cousin yesterday. And it was this. It was women bring stuff that's not tangible to the relationships, right? Right?
Headaches.
No. I mean, the positive.
Okay.
Right? The positive stuff, right?
Okay.
Right? They bring, peace and whatever they bring to the table. We bring the financial part, right? And then I said this. I said, so we technically rent your attribute. So I said a man technically loses in a relationship, and here's why. We bring an attribute. You bring the warmth, the home, the make it house full of home, and all this nice, the nurturing, all that, right? You help me build this empire, right? You help me. You make me feel so good. I build this. When we break up and divorce, this is what ends up happening. You take your value with you, right? You take your nurturing and all that. You don't leave that. You take it with you. And then you take half of mine. So half of what you help me create, you take you too. You don't leave half of your nurturing with me. You don't need half of your soul. So basically, I'm renting your half of the table. And I'm sitting there like, because someone said it, a lady said like, I quit my job. I had your kids, right? I gave you kids. And I had to think about what she was saying. I was like, yeah. And then I'm like, wait, hold on. No. The kids you had for him, you took with you to use them to get child support. So they're actually an attribute for you. It's an asset for you.
Assets.
You had a child for me, but that same child you take with you, and I have to rent.
Ooh, which
To see the child.
creates a liability for you.
Hey, we're 50% parents, but the court said I still have to pay child support, so now I have to use money to see these children again. So technically, it's an asset to you.
It's a liability for us, though.
Yeah. So
Because now we lose. We now lose our assets.
we lose assets. They gain.
You lose anyway.
Gentlemen,
Win or
give away.
lose, regardless.
A lot of free game.
A lot of free game.
Technically, we're in the lose regardless.
We're going to start charging for this, but let's keep it moving. So after an underwhelming performance by the Wolves in the Western Conference Finals, Minnesotans got some good news this week as the Vikings' star wide receiver Justin Jefferson agreed to a 4-year, $140 million contract extension. Shout out Justin Jefferson for getting his bread. Deal includes $110 million in guaranteed bread and nearly $89 million due at signing, making Jefferson the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. This is a basketball show, and as our friends at Clutch Points noted, Jefferson's contract puts him in the range of Jordan Poole. So as you may recall, Poole signed a 4-year extension when he was with the Warriors for $123 million with $17 million in incentives. So according to Sport Track, Jefferson's total contract would put him in 41st place in the NBA, just behind Jimmy Butler and ahead of Pascal Siakam.
Cap.
Yeah, why you always questioning me?
Because you said it was 4 years guaranteed 110. Jordan Poole is 4 years guaranteed 140.
Gil?
140. So Jordan Poole is going to get all of 140. He is guaranteed 110. So that needs to be put into the category of people who make 110. He is not guaranteed the other 30 million. So it's two different categories.
Excuse me, Gil. You got a lot of bass in your voice.
I'm just saying.
Interrupted me mid-read.
Relax.
Mid-read. The read was not finished.
Okay,
it
my
was
bad.
in the middle.
My bad.
Now continuing. But the $110 million guaranteed would drop him to 56th place,
Damn.
just ahead of Andrew Wiggins. So recently, Austin Rivers caused a stir when he said at least 30 dudes playing in the NBA could play in the NFL. But as you pointed out, with them janky contracts, why would they want to? NBA gives you all your bread.
Okay, I watched something, I guess it was a couple days ago, and they're still going back and forth. Still
happening.
Right? And he named Tony Gonzalez, he named all these people, right? And I don't think they grasp the understanding of what we're really saying. We're saying if neither side played the sport, right? They didn't play the sport at all. Like the football players that can play basketball were basketball players growing up, right? They played both sports all the way to a certain age. So they have at least 9 years of this in them, right? We're saying no one played the other sport and you had to draft 30 players. And they're saying, you guys won't make it. And we're saying, definitely you guys won't make it. And then someone said, well, this guy can make it. He can play 6 or 7 minutes and have 6 fouls. What the fuck does why would you draft a player that can come in for 6, 7 minutes to just foul? You keep trying to use physical things. This is not a brute sport. This is skilled. We have a bunch of players on the bench that can just come in and foul, right? Stop using it's skill. Your skill needs to transfer, not your physical form. Skill. Who are you skilled? Not this guy coming in here just picking up hacking people. That's not this sport. We're saying our skill transfer. When you say, well, you guys can't get hit, you're using physical again. We're talking about catching ability, our jumping ability, our speed, right? We're throwing. That is what our skill You can give us strength with our skill. We can't give you skill. And you guys keep proving us right. And here's why.
Phone is up.
Before I say this, what does any other country have football?
NFL used to have NFL Europe. I think there is some Canadian Football League.
So it plays the same way.
It's a little
Rugby.
different.
That's not football though, right? There's 82 non-American players in the NFL. Which means the players that are 82, which means they didn't grow up playing the sport. They played some other sport, were strong enough to just go into this sport, right? And then there was where's this at? This guy, was he drafted? What is his name? Which is weird. It's just a weird flex, y'all. And I'm like, stop. Olympic gold medalist wrestler Gabe Stevenson signs with the Bills.
He wrestles.
Here's the problem with their argument. You keep in your sport, you have been drafting players year after year, signing players who's never touched your sport, and you can find a place to use them.
Yep.
That doesn't happen in our sport. We cannot say, hey, you're tall. Come on. Hey, you look fast. Come on. But year after year, you're never going to read this hey, this guy was found in Africa and we're going to draft. He has to have some type of skill to be able to make the sport. But you can just find anybody who's strong to be in your sport. That tells us you're saying it. You're basically saying you don't need to be skillful, just strong, and you have a chance to make it. Because when you're arguing with us, you're arguing about what if you get hit? Sweetheart, I can lift weights. I can lift weights, get big, and take those hits.
Yeah.
You can't
come down.
You can't get skilled and play the sport.
And like
that is the argument.
Like you're saying, even with the track, there was a track guy that they picked up. I think the Patriots, can't remember his name, but he was straight from track and field.
Never played
a sprinter. Never played before, but they put him in special teams.
Just run fast.
Just to run fast, catch it and go.
Yeah.
So he can make it with his track body, but an NBA player can't do. Come on, stop.
But the reason why, it's just like anybody else.
I think you're talking about Jeff Demps, but he played, or this is a while ago, but he played football at Florida too, but he was a
track star.
He was a track star, but he had a football background.
Think about the deflection that a lot of people have in debates, right? You're having a debate with somebody and you're losing the debate, you have to deflect to something that they can't counter, right? And when you deflect to something that they can't counter, it's usually something that is out of the realm of the conversation. Like saying that y'all aren't tough enough to last in the league because y'all will get hit and y'all will want to quit and all that type of shit, which is weak because we can watch football this year. We can pinpoint how many hard hits that there are per game, which may be 3 or 4, that we could be like, all right, I ain't trying to get hit like that. Throughout the rest of the game, it's easy tackles. They protect the league now in football to the point where you can't even hit motherfuckers and they throw flags. It's like it would be easier at this point in the football for us to easily transition now because you can't hit us like that.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't use I don't like the argument of it. It's like the 80s football saying this generation is soft. They're changing the rules and they're adapting to the rules. It doesn't make these men softer than the 80s. There was just different rules then versus rules now, right? You can't penalize them because of the rule. You can't penalize the players today in the NBA because of the rules that the NBA has created. We're just adapting to it. Like the quarterback is adapting to, you can't touch me, you can't do this. You hit me, I'm calling, I'm laying on the floor, I'm gonna pretend they're using the rules. Right? We're just talking about the physical body itself, right? If we have a guy who's 6'3", 210 with a 44-inch vertical, right? You're saying you can't use that body in the NFL.
He's a Hall of Fame receiver.
Right? Now, let's say you lift him weights and he becomes 230 with a 44-inch vertical at 6'3". What kind of guy would that guy be? What type of guy would he be in your sport?
Prototype.
Right? He's a prototype guy. that's all we're saying. That's all this argument is.
But even for their sake, they would have to say, like a Chad would say, you can't just throw a 6'4" nigga out there that's 230 and he run a 4.4 and say go catch the ball, because there's a skill to catching the ball.
Yeah.
There's a skill to getting off the line, hitting a route. Route running is a skill, right? So that's the other side for them. Even for a linebacker,
But
like Ray Lewis will tell you that even as a linebacker at 6'1", 6'2", 230, it's not just about running into people with your head. You got to read the gaps. You got to read the formations.
No.
Like it's just like reading plays for us. It's
But
a skill for them.
Like skill, but the receiving part of it is irrelevant too. Our basketball is bigger than your football. We're palming football. We're palming.
It's easier to catch.
It's
we got
easy.
bigger hands.
Our hands are bigger than yours.
Yep.
Right? The Kawhi Leonard bouncing, grab. His hands is bigger. Like,
He gonna be out there.
Anywhere.
Imagine him
Anywhere.
out there.
Right, so
just throw it.
we have to catch full court passes, and so our eye-hand coordination is elite itself.
Even shooting the ball.
So that's what I said. So the things you're gonna use, we are excelled in that. Hand catching, eye moving, stuff like this. It's more sense for us. The only thing that you're gonna use is physical.
Yeah.
Well, you can teach us that.
Well, being a quarterback would probably be the hardest adjustment for any of us, because we're not used to throwing anything with our hands. So
how about like a rondo or something?
No, not even. Because the passes that we're making and the fact that it's an over-the-hand pass, because I used to be a quarterback, that was the biggest adjustment.
I mean, but that's what I said. But when we've seen just little things, when we've seen like somebody like Braun throw it and Anthony Edwards throw and fucking DeMar DeRozan throw something, you're like, yo.
Yeah, you can throw it, but it's like the accuracy.
Like, you know what
I'm saying? Like you can throw a long pass and be like it's going to wobble. Like throwing a good ball that's a spiral.
We're not gonna be the Patrick and Mahomes and Brady's. We're not gonna be those type of guy. That's you grew up with that skill, right? We're just talking about being a functional player.
We run out that.
We can do that.
Sure.
We can run. We can get out the pocket. We can do something.
Shit, we can.
But that's all I'm saying.
Throw it deep.
Throw it deep.
Throw it.
Throw it deep.
Throw
We can run and jump. It's 5'9" DB.
Huh?
5'9" DB.
That's what I'm saying. Throw it, bro.
Like if you're saying the red zone and you get me in the red zone, I don't have to worry about getting hit. You can't hit me. You can't hit me. So once I catch it, you can't like.
They gonna try to get you off the line, but we do that too.
But we strong and we're too big. We're too strong.
All right. Well, we have some football players that have just arrived right now.
Where they from the Rams?
Chargers. You think if I can hit you? No.
Imagine a football player trying to guard us. Come on, bro.
We need to do the Gills Arena crossover. We'll take y'all out in the field. Some light contact.
I'm ready for some.
No.
Football, I'm rolling.
Now watch this. Now if we say, okay, let's play flag football, they're gonna, oh no, see? Oh,
Because what?
Your skill doesn't transfer without the hitting? Right? Your skill doesn't transfer without the hitting? Like, so if you say, all right, football versus basketball, flag, right? Now it's all skill, no physical form, right? There's no hit. You can't use your strength. Now you have to use skill. Mm-hmm. I mean, if Ocho took off on the line, I don't know how many of us catching him, right? It's gonna have to be a few of them.
What you mean, catching him?
Catching him. What you mean? Yeah,
catching him. Like, he just gotta run. Man, listen.
No, I'm just talking about.
Bro, I've dunked the ball on the 10-foot rim. So,
but he's like 6'2".
6'1".
6'1".
I'm 6'1".
But you know what gave us a little advantage too, because we were taught the ladder drill.
Yeah.
Facts.
So
we got the agility drills. We
had to do agility drills.
The same.
Unfortunately,
we're gonna be able to catch the ball, do all that shit too.
Yeah.
Like,
but I'm not saying I'm going there and be motherfucker Terrell Owens.
No.
Right. That's still a skill and all that. But
Owens.
You can Terrell Owens.
Okay.
But you can make me like you can make me stronger with my frame. I'm saying you see my frame itself. How many?
I think it's
like I have a TO frame. You can turn me into T.O.'s body.
Listen,
Kinda.
It'll be easier. It'll be easier to go on an out route or whatever to get a touchdown for them to, instead of them coming on the court trying to get a bucket. Like it'd be easier for us to catch the ball in the football.
See, that's what I said. With us, we have to gain weight.
For them to score, like
we have to gain weight. They have to lose weight.
You know
they
why?
have to lose muscle mass.
Because when we're on the line as a receiver, right? The one thing that receivers do well, it's like a Tyreek Hill or Ocho, is they get off the line, they fake you here and go this way. What's that for us?
Crossover.
We're like that's a crossover. Yeah. So if we really know how to set you up with the like that's in the field, in the moment of running down the field and you still in front of me, you backpedaling. Yeah. I'm about to hit you with the Euro, ha ha ha. You gonna fall.
And but what's so funny is in all the people who really dominate the sport, they have basketball in them. And it shows that they play basketball, right? Patrick Mahomes, the little stuff he does, right? It shows. It shows the little things he do that has basketball in him.
Terrell Owens, all of it.
Yep. All right, well, let's move on.
You can go back to what you were saying about Austin Rivers.
Nothing. We're done. You already hit everything we needed to cover.
That's not what you wanted to talk about, was it?
We passed.
Not even close.
It doesn't even matter anymore. This is Gil's Arena. Is it obvious? Shout out to Rashad. The Is It Obvious t-shirts. Flooding the block. I had to cop mine.
Like, I just don't like that. We're not saying we would take over. We're saying if you took 30 and 30, if you had to take it, you can find 30 players to move into this sport. You can't find 30.
Oh, for sure, no.
Right?
Basketball, no.
No, what I'm saying, if you want to say, oh, yeah, we can find a bunch of hackers, that's not our sport, dog. Like, that's not. We're talking about functional, running up and down, playing D, making cuts, catching the ball, making layups. That's what we're talking about.
But they can find at least 15 because really you could just throw them in for defense.
But no, we're not doing that. We're not saying you play one side of the ball just to hack.
You got to play both sides. You got to play both sides, bro.
For us, if we're going to play both sides of the ball, we have to have the same attributes, right?
No. We don't have to. Their sport, the receivers don't play on the other side.
No, this is what I'm saying. If we was to play defensive end, we wouldn't be able to play defensive end. That's what I'm saying. We don't have the body weight to play defense.
I can play receiver or
so
whatever.
That's what I'm saying. For them, that's one side of the ball for us. That's one side of the ball because we're not going on the other side of defense.
But they don't go. The players that you're naming don't play the other side either.
But this is what I'm saying. I'm saying you could find a Darrelle Revis or a Diggs that can play defense, that we can sub in like a Gary Payton Jr. You can sub him in. Hey, play D up.
But what happens when we get the rebound and go?
Yeah.
That guy is still on the court. You don't sub out.
Swing it up.
Swing it up. Pass it up. He don't know how to dribble. He don't know how to do nothing.
They know how to dribble. They just don't dribble good. They just don't dribble well. They just don't dribble that well. So it's just like anybody else on the court that's not really that good, but you can use them.
Slashing, dunking, all
that. Space out, nigga. It's just like self-lotion and them. Self-lotion. Sit your ass over there.
But those are still skilled players who had to take their skill and say,
y'all know what I'm saying.
I know
defensively, I'm going to sub him in to give me 6 fouls.
See, no, you can't do that.
And
face guard him.
And then you're out the game. Then you're in the penalty.
But look, face guard him. You're going to give me 12 minutes of face guarding.
And fouling. He's not going to be out there for 12 minutes, though.
But that's what's going to be their argument is saying, we can get in there and do what Pat Bev do.
No, you can't.
But you can't.
No, you can't.
You can't hit a shot. Pat Bev.
We're not talking about what Pat Bev
the ball
do offensively, though.
So don't say
I'm not saying offensively.
But you can't use him
because he's known for his defense. That's what I'm using him for.
But known for it and playing the game the way he plays is two different things.
Yeah, but he's used in certain elements to go both sides. But most of the time, it's you on here for defense.
But you're bringing up but he's still bringing the ball up. He's still making passes.
He's still shooting the ball.
As a football player, if you're a cornerback and you want to play basketball, and we know you're not bringing the ball up. Gary Payton Jr. don't bring the ball up.
But he's still effective, though, out there for scoring, though. You still have to guard him.
Scoring, backdooring, all that stuff.
He don't have to go.
But he does.
He does.
So you can't.
But I'm not saying about what you do. I'm just saying about when you're on the court. If I'm a coach and you got in foul trouble, you got in foul trouble. And all we got is this sub that's a football nigga. That's very athletic. He's very energetic. He's got 6 fouls, and he knows how to play D because we taught him.
Put him in the pick and roll, and then go sit back down.
Full court. Look, I need you to get Luka tired. Turn him. Be in the passing lanes.
Look how you use it. But that's what I'm saying. That is the bad part about it. You're using them for fouls. I have a whole bench full of these
I can get
a nigga for 70.
What
I can get somebody skilled.
We can play both sides, though.
But what are they using us? We don't know. If we were receivers, what are they using us for? They're not using us for routes. They're using us for the streak.
We don't know.
Throw it up and let him catch it because he's tall.
I'm saying
right? That's the scenario.
And then the next end, and then on the
can't use us for anything else.
We don't know. You don't. What I'm saying is, let's just make it make sense. You get drafted. I'm giving you guys a year to be ready. Who will be ready in a year?
For football?
To play.
For football?
Football or the basketball players?
Both sides will be ready.
Who will be ready to play basketball? Not ready to say, hey, go in there and foul.
Are you saying be effective?
Yep.
Play the sport.
Are you saying be effective?
If I tell a receiver, the basketball player, you have to be a receiver the whole game as a star. The football player on the basketball, you have to be, if it's a guard, you have to be a point guard the whole game, 38 minutes. Who is functional?
If they had a year to train,
Yes.
I think at least 5 of them would be functional.
The basketball, without
The football guys that can come over and be trained to play basketball after training for a year, it's at least 5 of them. I think
Do
that
they
would
have
be
basketball?
able to cross over.
The ones that don't have basketball experience at all.
I don't think all of them have basketball experience because we all played basketball in school.
No, but I'm saying, so you have to train this point guard to be a point guard in a year.
In the NBA.
NBA.
Yeah, because that's plenty of time.
In the NBA?
Yes. Think about all the players in the NBA right now.
They play since 10.
Yeah, but they ain't that fucking good.
Yes,
We can look at certain
they are.
guys and be like, yo, that nigga's trash.
No.
That nigga not supposed
Compared
to be
to a
in there.
football player?
No, just compared to having a year of training with an elite motherfucker that can really teach you, certain motherfuckers just don't get it. And they in there because they took the road. They took the farm system.
Bro, I don't
Because
even
you're
think-
next in line.
I don't even think they're going to even look. They're not going to
10 years,
be.
like, you know,
Like, look, I played in a team where we had football players on our team, and they were used
Yeah.
for the
Where, and
defense,
what?
for the energy, all of that.
And
And
what?
then they end up playing in the NFL.
Julius Papers and all them.
Not on my team. It was Jesse Holly. He ended up playing for the Raiders.
Okay.
But he was an energetic guy. He came from New Jersey. He used to play. He played in high school. He was pretty good. He was solid. But he wasn't no dude we depended on hitting threes or driving to the lane.
You have to now.
But he could hit a layup. He could drive. He could pass. He could dribble. So that's all we need you to do is play D, bro. And if you get the ball,
I don't like the ideally. You just saying. I'm saying you have to play the game.
You're saying he got to be a star.
No.
Just
Playing the
play
game don't mean you got to do
Because
anything outside of catching and passing.
neither has
He
to
can
be
catch and
star.
pass it.
Neither is going to be stars. I'm saying you have to guard Steph. You have to run your offense. Whatever position you're in, you have to do that position.
Yeah, bro, that's not
right?
gonna be
Just like me.
open
I
shots.
have to.
That's not gonna be
I have to be receiver.
That's not gonna
right.
be
I'm saying who would be functional. Who would be the best at whatever they did?
It just depends on your expectation
not even in
of
shape.
that.
No expectation.
So if it ain't no expectation, they all gonna be able to be in there because you're taking direction.
Who would be? No, what I'm saying is who would be who would be the most successful out of the two groups?
Us, of course.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not saying-
our integration is easier.
Yeah.
But I'm saying don't count them out.
I'm
as
not
they
counting them
couldn't
out.
be able to do
I'm
it.
not-
because I think they could.
No,
it
I'm
just
not
wouldn't
saying-
be as effective as ours.
That's all I'm saying is I'm
it
not
wouldn't be
saying
as
that
effective.
you're gonna be Steph Curry and I'm gonna be fucking Deion Sanders. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you took both groups, which side has the better chance to being successful as a group?
Yeah, we do.
So
for sure.
We asked the chat, would Hoopers dominate the NFL?
See, that's the problem. We saying dominate. We're not dominating.
And that fucks them up.
That
Because
they
they're
think-
like, you would never.
You're
come in here and
you're
dominate.
disrespected.
Yeah.
Like,
But 33% said yes.
I'm saying this. I'm saying I have a chance to have more catches in the NFL career than one of them probably might have in scoring buckets.
Yep, like averaging 15.
Sure.
a game.
For sure.
Yeah, you won't, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
I can catch 2 motherfucking passes a game.
But that's like me
Maybe.
saying like Miles Garrett.
Maybe.
I think Miles Garrett has a chance like Julius Peppers had a chance. Like my man that is on First Take. I can't remember his name. It's called a blank from Houston. I can't remember his name.
Receiver?
No, he was a defensive end. I can't remember. But Miles Garrett could translate. He could translate to a guy that's posting up.
No. Okay, but he plays basketball. So somebody like him, if they say, what do you give if he trained for a year, how functional do you think he'd be?
Marcus Spears.
And I'm saying,
Big Swagoo.
I've watched him play. He's not as robotic. A year, he loses weight, does this. Shit, he can fuck around average with his natural strength. He'll fuck around average. Damn, there's 15 and 8.
Easy.
Right, 15 and 8. small ball. Like he's better than what was the dude name? Who got screwed both ways, Celtics and Dallas. The guy who won't be watching the finals because he was on both teams.
Big Baby?
Nah, he was on both teams.
Oh, Porzingis?
Grant Williams.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, you can be more functional than Grant Williams. I guess, you know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
And Myles Garrett is 6'6".
Myles Garrett. Yeah, Myles Garrett 6'6". So somebody like him, I'm like, no. Out of both groups, he will probably be the most successful out of the groups in the sport. On both sides, he will be the, unless an Ant-Man or someone that's physically gifted enough to, but Myles, the Garrett dude, would be probably the most gifted in both the groups.
All right, well, let's keep this thing pushing. Football players are going to be at your guys next in the near future, so be prepared.
I just gave one credit and said he will be the most gifted out of both groups. So if there's 60 combined, he will probably be the best out of the 60.
For sure. Okay. I'm just letting y'all know. So with the Olympics right around the corner, Greece got some good news. His two-time MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, will represent his country in the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament starting in early July. So Greece is the host country for the qualifying tournament, which also features Slovenia, Croatia, the Dominican Republic, New Zealand, and Egypt, with the winner advancing to the Olympics. So Giannis missed the last 9 games of the season, including the first round of the playoffs, with the calf strain. So with that in mind, and this tournament starting beginning of July, Giannis playing for Greece, a good idea.
In a sense, man, let's just be honest. It's his country. He's obligated to it in a sense that he feels he owes them. It's a country for him, right? So do they have a chance of doing anything? No. It's just for him and the rest of his countrymen. So it's one of those things where he's
bring his brothers back together, let the crew get some buckets, but just
I mean, and then all the talent that's going down there too, playing the USA team, and everybody is kind of like you see all your peers that's in the NBA playing. So it is something to be a part of.
Yeah, and this is just to qualify though. So if whoever wins that tournament gets to advance to the Olympics, everybody else I think will be on Chilligan's Island from that crew.
When does this start?
So this starts, I think, July 2nd. I think their first game is against the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
But just with the way his season ended, missing the playoffs, Rashad, do you think it's a good idea for Giannis to represent Greece?
To get some bump.
I mean, just hearing what they just said just now, I mean, it kind of makes sense if you just want to do it just to, represent the country and all that kind of stuff. But I think for both Embiid and Giannis, I think rest. I don't think it's worth it. I think at this point, when you talk about playing for your country in a tournament that's geared towards pride and ego and, bragging rights, it's like how much does your wealth weigh on the situation, right? If you got guys who haven't done it before, like for LeBron, Steph, and those guys who've already won medals, I don't think it doesn't make sense for you to keep trying to go do that. Even if you're trying to redeem the fact that y'all didn't lose or whatever the case may be, just let the new guys who haven't done it do it because it's an experience. But for guys who have done it and you've been there, like it should be rest. It should be redemption on the NBA front because that's what you're getting paid for. Like you just went out in the first round and you wasn't healthy enough to da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, two straight first round.
Come on, man. But it doesn't make sense.
But you know why they doing it the USA team. They want this to be the best team ever.
I get it.
So, I mean, and then like this will be the last time we'll ever see these guys on the court together.
Yeah, but if you don't come out triumphant.
No, they gonna win it all.
Nah.
yeah, they're gonna win it all.
Like they gonna win it all. I think to your point with Giannis with Giannis and some of the other guys like that's been hurt. If y'all don't have a chance to really win it, then it's kind of like
I mean, there's only a few. There's only literally like 2 or 3
Canada
teams
might have a chance.
that has a chance, and the chance that they have is because those teams also have 4 to 12 NBA prospects.
Yeah.
Right. You look at Canada's team; they got 12 NBA players.
Yeah.
Right, you know what I mean? So it's not like it's Giannis and then it's Giannis and then his brother's the second best player, his other brother's it's not one of those type of teams, right? Where literally Giannis, you're gonna have to go out there and score 1,000 points to try to win. You know what I mean? Like Spain when Spain won.
Yeah.
I mean Spain had 5, 6, 7 pros.
That's all in them.
Yeah.
But it's like with Embiid, since he hasn't won a gold medal, it would make sense to try to get one. Mm-hmm. But if you have other opportunities to do so, it's like what's more important. Now you're waging what's more important. But my thing is with the KDs, the LeBrons, and all those guys, it's like there is no real reason for you to go back out there other than to try to save the prestige of the USA. And it's like, well, why though? Because if you got real confidence in the next level and the next generation of our hoopers, let them come in and prove. Right? So Kyrie, even though he didn't get picked, it's like you don't have nothing to prove on that stage. You've already been there. But Ja and other guys who didn't get picked, Brunson and all those guys is up and coming. Like, let us make a name for ourselves by going to solidify this win.
But we talk about that, but World Cup, I think 7th place finish. Yeah. They tried to do that.
They need to redeem themselves.
They need to redeem themselves. Yeah, we can't do that.
But look, this is what's happening. You're allowing the older guys to come in and say, let us do it. No, fuck that. We got round 2. This round 2. Run it back. Run it back.
And I was the one who said that team was a D. Listen, they yelled at me, thought I was ignorant for acknowledging that. And I'm the only one that realized, shit, you have, 12 players. 4 of them didn't even start on their own team. They were bench players, right? So if you just go by that metrics, 4 bench players compared to every other team, that is considered a D compared to every other team that we ever put. We've never had 4 bench players on a team like this, so which makes that the worst, just by the metrics of it.
But we know what the A team's gonna do, right?
What?
So we know what the A team gonna do if we sent the A team out there. The A team is literally the A team on the movie.
Yeah.
The A team. We're gonna send them out there to kill everybody. We don't need the fucking A team to do that.
Yes, we do.
Right?
You see Canada team?
No, but this is what I'm saying. Even for Canada team, the D team lost to Germany with Schroeder and fucking Daniel Tice.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
If that same team go, they'll lose to Germany again.
The D team lost to them, right? So you bring the B team in.
Wait, didn't Canada lose to them too?
Yeah, Canada lost to Germany too.
Yeah. So all them NBA players, they lost to 2.
So you bring the B team in, you say, well, what is the B team? It's Brown, Tatum, Brunson, all of the other guys who are not at the A level. A level are all the experienced, high level, talented guys that we know they're going to handle business when they go in there. We don't need y'all to do that.
It's
like cheating. It's like playing against like little boys.
So you had a problem with the Redeem team? Kobe and them?
Was the real team, Redeem team.
Kobe and them?
I did because it's like y'all couldn't handle it without the homie.
Man, you see how good that Spain, bro, that Spain team.
Listen, no, you couldn't handle it.
Bro, if they didn't
imagine if Kobe wasn't there, you would have lost the game.
You know what the problem with these teams are? They overcompensate for what they're trying to do.
Facts.
Right? You're trying to create a team because you're trying to fit the mold of what Euro basketball is when they're not actually looking at Euro basketball.
Facts.
The players that are playing on the national team aren't playing Euro basketball. They're playing NBA basketball.
Right.
And so when you look at the Canada team, all right, who is on that team right now over there in Canada? Right? We don't know. The Canada team that's about to show up is going to be NBA players.
Yep.
Right? The NBA, not the Canada team.
The bench players will be more the national team players.
There's going to be the national. That's what I said. It's not the national team, right? It's the people who are winning the Euro Cup and all. That's not the team that's performing in the big game. So what we end up doing is we end up trying to create teams. We created a team that was so bottom heavy that because we thought they were NBA players, they should have been okay. When some of those guys, you're like, who are they? Mm-hmm. They're not good. They don't belong on this team. Don't belong with that jersey, no offense. Right? You didn't have to go this level. You could have went.
Facts.
You could have went Jaylen Brown. You could Trae Young.
I went low level.
Right? You went all the way to dudes that don't even start. How about get the starters that play on their team? Get the starters, not the fucking 6th and 8th man.
Yep.
Right? You could have went just another level up or 2 levels up, we would have been fine. But you go so far low to go so high. You say, oh my God, we lost.
Also,
do you
he's
see
the best player on the team?
Do you see what you put out?
Outside of Ant-Man and Austin
They're
Reeves
trying to bring Ant-Man off
and
the bench.
Jalen Brunson's barely playing.
But think about that. We know what Ant-Man is. They was bringing him off the bench.
trying to bring him off the
Makes you think, for who?
Like he said.
For who?
Hey,
For who? But that lets you,
Ain't no Kobe out here.
but that lets you know the mindset of the team that they were trying to put. Then you just go really aggressive now. When it just say, just
Because they're hitting the panic button.
Well, let's talk Team USA side for a little bit. So both Kawhi and Joel Embiid are slated to be on the 12-man roster. Kawhi missed the final 8 games of the regular season, 4 of the Clippers' 6 playoff games with inflammation in his surgically repaired right knee. Embiid only played 39 regular season games this season, did play in all 6 of the Sixers' playoff games after undergoing surgery to repair meniscus in his left knee in February. Do you expect Embiid and Kawhi to both play for Team USA this summer? And does that make sense for both of them to do that?
I see both of them playing because they want a gold. Are they going to be playing at a very high level? No need to. But that's what the point of the 92 team and the 96 team. It was so star-studded that you didn't, like, I don't need Embiid and I don't need Kawhi. I have them, but I have guys that are just as talented or even better to come in and sub in if they're not playing very well, right? That is the point of star-studding because, you know, hey, we might only have to play them a couple minutes.
Yep.
Then we can come off the bench and boom, oh shit, we got Anthony Davis and we got Tatum. Okay, I don't want to come off the bench and say, oh, we got and Like, yo, you know he averaged 4 last year, right? And that's who's coming in to sub in for this guy. That becomes the problem when we do that. So I see them playing, collecting the gold, but, you know, the Anthony Davis or the Bams and all, they're going to do all the heavy lifting.
Ray, you think it's a good idea for them to play?
I mean, how long is it? What, 2 weeks? The Olympics?
Like 2.5 weeks, obviously.
2.5
There's
weeks.
pre-stuff leading
mean-
up to it, exhibition games and all that goodness.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like, you know, Kawhi, you know, not playing this year and, you know, Embiid not playing, or he did come back and play, but I just think that health is more important right now. I mean, especially Kawhi, he's getting older. Unless he's going to take these 2 weeks and, like you said, if he's not going to play, he's really taking care of his body and actually, like, really, you know.
3-4 minutes. And Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, them two.
I mean, shit, the Clippers needed 3 or 4 minutes there. Shit, I mean, you know, you willing to give, you know, the USA team 3 to 4 minutes, but you won't get your team 3 to 4 minutes. You know,
if I'm Bomber, that's
I'm
my
tripping.
argument.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm tripping.
for sure. I'm looking at him crazy.
Like, I'm tripping.
like, yo.
So you can give that?
You just came back to go out. And then I look at this. This is the conversation I had when the last time I ran into Paul George. We was out here in LA and ran into him. And I'm checking on his mind because he just came back from the injury. And he's back in, this was, I think, OKC when he's trying to get back into rare form. And he was like, yo, that shit really fucked me up. That injury really fucked me up because I didn't know if I was
In the USA?
ever,
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was ever going to get back to rare form because he was in rare form before that. This is 360 windmill, Paul George and transition.
Pacers, right?
So that injury during that time, in the summertime, where it's like, yo, I'm trying to build up my career to be legendary, and anything can happen while I'm out here doing this type of shit. And anything can happen when you're doing anything, training anything. But for it to be a freak accident like that in that scenario, and you looking at Kawhi Leonard, who literally ain't played the last 2 years in the playoffs at the end of the season, and then you go in the summer and you ask yourself, what has he been doing? Where he ain't finished the whole season and gave us
Once they missed like 15 of the Clippers' last 19 playoff games, only played in 2 this season.
We don't want to hear no excuses, right? So Joel Embiid, you don't want to be that guy that's not ready for the season because something happened during the summer because you're trying to get something other than an NBA championship. And that goes for anybody that's out there. It's like Paul said, he'd never go and try to do the USA shit again, just because of the mentally what it put him through. He was like,
I get that.
I can't put myself through that. So for all of us watching that shit, I understood immediately when he said it. I felt it. I was just like, yeah, but I'm glad you back though. You know what I'm saying? Because you in a rare form now where you're coming back to your original form. But Kawhi, Embiid, even the other guys that's on the list, is Booker's on that list?
Devin Booker, so Bam Adebayo, Booker, Curry, AD, KD, Anthony Edwards, Embiid, Halliburton, Holiday,
Man,
LeBron,
you got too much
Kawhi,
to prove.
Tatum.
All these guys got too much to prove in the NBA.
You know what it is too, though.
Continue.
Like I'm not mad. Like if I'm Bomber and I talk to Kawhi and Kawhi says, I haven't played in the last 2 years, but I need this. I need this for my spirit. I need this, like the show winning. Like I need it mentally, right? Same thing with Embiid, right? He hasn't won. This could be that victory that he gets that puts winning into his
That experience.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need a win from anything to get you over the hump. It's like, when we're playing bad and we sitting there trying to get a layup,
An easy one.
Try the easy one just to get our motor going. So, for these two guys, and the same thing with Devin Booker, this might be the win that kind of says, okay, I'm a winner at something. Let's carry this over.
Right.
So I'm not mad at it.
So it remains to be seen. I don't think both will end up playing. I feel like one will at least drop out. But if they do, Gil, to your point, they're not going to have a heavy workload to really worry about. But like you also said, for Embiid, just get an opportunity to win a championship, play with a high-level team from a confidence standpoint coming in the next season. And
that's the best thing that I did like about it. It's the best talent in the world, and you get to test it in real time. Like when I went up against Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, Melo, LeBron, Dwight Howard, that was that 5. That was the best 5 I ever in my life got to play against. I was having fun. Like when I seen it, like I'm just, all right, 5, and then, they on defense, I'm like, I had to stop, like, hold on, wait.
Y'all all on the same team?
This is the best 5 that I will ever see in my life. I'm not passing the fucking ball ever.
You're gonna get this.
And I didn't.
You're gonna get this work.
I did not. I didn't think about Pat. Like I'm testing my skill against the best 5, and that's when the following year came on, and that's where the 60 to 54. That was the confidence that I got. You 5 can't stop me. The fuck the rest of the league gonna do?
Period. Right.
And that was the mind. That's how it happened.
was there motivation, too, from not making that team? I know that there was
Yeah, it
you told
was.
all the coaches, I'm giving you 50, I'm giving you 50.
No, that was but that's just me triggering myself to just kick it in. But when I was there, it was just a test. Like
Competition mode.
Yeah, like those 2 weeks was just like I don't even care if I make it.
I don't care if I make
This
it.
is all I
I don't care about no win.
None of y'all
can I get to the?
Y'all can't hold me.
Wait a minute, I got to get past Chris Paul, D Wade / Nova,
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard. Like I'm like, yo, this is crazy. This is the ultimate test. I'm never gonna see this. This is. And that's how you have to go into it. Like even with any guy, the second unit, that's going to be the best 5 you're ever going to go up against. Like take that, like understand what that'll do for you emotionally.
Right.
Yeah. And then shit, what you got? Training camp right after that, going into.
It's going to be crazy. I guarantee
That's
you.
crazy. I know you was on. I
guarantee you, when Luka played against the Boston Celtics that year, he scored 1 point. And he's looking at this. I played against 5. This is the best 5 I've ever played against. Hell yeah. See y'all soon.
Fact.
Right? Wemby playing against Rudy Gobert. You have 2 defensive awards when I played him, right?
16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have two defensive winners awards. So you're the best the NBA has.
Right.
Dunk. Like, that confidence he leaves after this workout. He's on 1,000. You can't tell me I shake motherfucker Michael Jordan at his camp. I don't give a fuck what you say. It's his camp. Michael Jordan at his camp, I shook him and scored. When I go back home at the park.
What?
You're not going to tell me nothing.
What? Listen, let me tell you something. When I went up against Mike, and I was guarding him, and he didn't score on me, and he said, "Man, you play defense like Rashawn Leonard. You're always trying to muscle yourself. You're not scoring on me, Mike." And then when he demands, "Where that North Carolina nigga at? I want him." Shh, y'all. None of y'all exist. None of y'all exist. Mike wants me. He wants me. Where that North Carolina nigga at? I want him.
Like, I should, like,
Me?
Mike calling me out. Y'all have, I don't even know who you are. Watch out.
the fuck outta here.
Get your offensive game, bro.
Watch when I come back on this court. It's me and Mike. It's the showdown. So that's the energy that competitors love, and I think if they adopt that energy with what he's saying, with the opportunity for that, that's different.
Yeah.
That's a different opportunity. But how often does that correlate?
And that's why, like, some of those guys go there, man, and they're mad, like, you know, like somebody like a Brandon Ingram. You upset you're not playing, man. Find a way to love being there, and that was my love for being there. That I'm getting to play against the best 5 ever, man. Like, it's no matter what my accolades were, 2-time All-Star, 2-time All NBA player. That is meaningless to what's bigger. The bigger is this right here, the East 5. I want it.
I mean, because if you're thinking about it, like in the summertime, you're not going to get that type of competition, type of work like that intense.
That intense.
Like at all. I mean, you can go to UCLA, you can go to all these open runs, but not like that for 2 weeks. You're not going to find that nowhere. Nowhere in the summer.
Even after the practices, the one-on-one.
Yeah, the one-on-one. Like you're not going to find it.
What's up?
For 2 weeks.
I've been playing against Andre Bloch the whole time. God damn it, it's LeBron James.
KD.
He's scoring on me like, wait, hold on. I'm not used to this. I wasn't used to this kind of talent.
Next. Who's next? Come on.
No, that's real.
Well, speaking of LeBron, Lakers are still in the midst of their head coaching search. That was a good transition, right? Chad, how y'all feel about that? It was all right. Give it a 7 out of 10. The Lakers are still in the midst of their head coaching search, and while they're in the process of interviewing several candidates, NBA insider Chris Haynes is all but certain that one man is getting the job.
Yeah, I would be very surprised if their next head coach is anybody but J.J. Redick. Everything that I'm hearing is J.J. Redick. And from what I know, he's doing some background, calling some candidates, some assistant coaching candidates who might be able to join his staff or might not be able to join his staff. And so, I'm pretty positive it'll be JJ.
So we've seen former players make the leap to head coach without any prior head coaching experience or coaching experience in the league for that matter. Some have been successful, some have not. How much faith do you have in J.J. Redick to make the Lakers a contender in the West again? If he's getting a job.
Playoffs, what?
I mean, Darvin Ham went to Western Conference Finals.
I mean, you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis, right? That's what you have to start off your coaching career.
That's good.
You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean?
That's good. Was not good enough to get out of the first round this season.
They played
Yeah, but they got to the
who they played.
I'm just
look who they played.
But just, you know,
we played the champs. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, hey, sorry, I lost to the Bulls again. I guess goddamn. But don't knock me because I ran up against him.
Is that good enough for Lakers? Yeah, you know, Lakers fans, very spirited fan base, some of the most delusional fans on the planet as well.
Yeah, we are.
That's not good enough.
I know it's not good enough, but you're still losing to, you know, Denver Nuggets. There's nobody besides Laker fans that thought we had a chance, right? Remember, I'm talking about, we might need to lose this game against Pelicans so we can get this team, so we can play. We were literally doing that to stay away from goddamn Jokic, right? So we went into the series delusional any goddamn way to think that we could beat them. So his advantage is he does have that team, right? If they start off the season 10-1, am I giving them credit? No.
Why not?
You have LeBron James, and depending on what the schedule looks like, you know, if you play Houston Rockets first game, Spurs twice, right? Houston again, Detroit 2 more times, right? Depending on what our schedule look like, if it looks anything like that, you know what I mean? Adam, you hear me? Right? You know, Detroit a couple times.
But Luke Walton got that credit.
Huh?
Luke Walton got that credit when Steve Kerr went down and he won all those consecutive games in a row.
You know why?
And that ended up getting him a fucking head coaching job. Because look, he won what, 20 games in a row or something like that?
But they didn't know even though that team was a championship team, they didn't know they were that dominant coming out of the gate. Right?
But it wasn't out the gate, it was after he had got Steve Kerr.
No, it didn't start the season. Right?
No, it was like middle of the season.
I thought he didn't start the season.
Yeah,
It was the beginning of the season. Yeah, he didn't start.
The start of the season?
Yeah, it was the start of the season.
I thought he had a bacchiotomy like 20 games in.
No, it was a training camp. It was training camp.
The bacchiotomy.
Right?
So I just look at it though, like, you know, if you get a chance, whatever, coaching job, you know, especially former players, I mean, you got to go in there and do your job.
Yeah, we sure
No
gotta
matter
do
if you have LeBron, or AD or anybody. You still got to go in there and prove yourself. So, you know, I'm a Laker fan, so yeah. I mean, yeah.
Back, Brendan?
I mean, I'm gonna have confidence. He's a former player, so yeah, I want to see former players do well. You know, when they have coaching jobs.
Yeah. Well, you guys have all spoken extremely highly of JJ. Said he's qualified to take the position, but now again dealing with that LA market fan base.
The only hard part is the fans. The game itself is the game itself, right? Either you're gonna be prepared as a coach or you're not, right? But you have a curve because you do have one of the smartest brains on the court.
True.
With you, who's still playing at a high level. You have Anthony Davis, right? That's playing both sides. So the heavy lifting doesn't really fall on you. So, you know, you're gonna have, you get to learn a little bit more. You get to learn a little bit faster. I just hire him already.
And that's,
Like fuck, if that's the coach, just say he's the coach. Stop. Why are we still sitting here talking about? Well, it might be this guy there.
You know why?
Give it to us.
Why?
You know why?
Why?
Because someone broke the news they don't want to give credit to. Somehow everybody got the fucking confidence that he's gonna be the coach.
is this someone holding a trophy in front of them right
saying,
now?
man, Charles is in charge. Charles is always in charge, and listen. When I broke the story, I knew what was going on. I just didn't mean to fuck up the whole algorithm, right? They was trying to keep it hidden. They ain't want nobody to really know. I'm like, y'all not watching the same shit I'm watching? JJ is gonna be the fucking coach. We in the middle of the play. He's gonna be the coach, bro. He's training him to be the coach in front of our fucking faces. Now, all of a sudden, all y'all got confidence that he gonna be the fucking coach. Now it's up to 2 motherfuckers left, and it's JJ and somebody we don't fucking know. What the fuck are we talking about?
Who is the other person?
I've interviewed Borrego. Sam Cassell's also been mentioned. There's been
Who's
Borrego with the Hornets.
Somebody we don't know.
And the Pelicans.
Yeah.
It's just one of them things. Is just hire it, get it out of the way.
If the Lakers are as petty as I hope, wait till game 1 of the NBA Finals, take all the attention away from the Celtics.
You know that's coming.
Like what I'm saying is that if this is if you're trying to let everybody accept it, right? You do it now since there's already other things going on that's more important. You wait till after the finals, and then you hire them where there's no basketball talk. The hire is going to be dissected.
Yes, that part.
Because it's the only news we have, and we're going to dissect it. You're going to have everybody's opinion. You're going to have the good and the bad, the ugly. Like
Tampering.
Yeah, you're going to have a whole bunch of stuff that you don't want. That means every decision you make, from assistant coaches, we get to watch it and kill it or not kill it. If that's not what you want, if you don't want that type of pressure, we're still watching the finals while Caitlin Clark is still getting clothesline and Angel Reese is still, getting WWE'd, right? Right? You throw it in there. All right, Lakers hired JJ Redick. Oh yeah, and Caitlin Clark. One of those.
Game 4 of the finals is up next. Like dilute it a little bit.
Yeah, game 4 right before the game.
I say game 1, do it Thursday. Take all the attention away from the Celtics.
Hey, wait till like Luka hit a game winner, Tatum hit a game going, whoa, my God, and the Lakers hired JJ Redick. Woo!
But I think they wait because JJ gonna be calling some of them games.
Yeah, he will be working through the finals.
That's why they don't want to do it, because he's gonna be calling the games.
I said do it game 1. Now the whole finals we just talking about.
Just talking about his new job.
So you mentioned Anthony Davis. Another wrinkle just to talk about. So JJ left AD off of his all defensive team selections. Obviously AD was a first team all defense.
Who did?
JJ Redick left AD. So JJ
already starting with beef.
Damn.
His first team was Bam, Wemby, Gobert, Caruso, Herb Jones. Second team was Jared Allen, Suggs, Derek White, KCP, and SGA. So
damn, both teams.
Let me see.
So both teams. So should AD have a chip on his shoulder to start next season if JJ Redick is the Lakers head coach?
Nah.
Wow, you don't really think I can lock up like
Nah,
this?
that's a jokeable thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Barely made it.
It's a jokeable thing.
It's a jokeable thing, and if it was him, how would you be looking at it?
Nah, because it's his opinion. You're not gonna pander. I don't want you pandering to me just because it's me. Tell me how you really feel. It's all good. We're gonna get better this year.
He might not be here anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna get better this year.
Relax.
He might not.
Relax. Somebody
out of there.
Yeah, we know the other, 15 players that.
The other 13 can go?
15 because there's 17 now.
Oh.
2 of them in the G League. Now, this should be cool. I mean, I'm ready to get the season started, but right now it's sparks.
It is Sparks season. We will be more games.
I'm surprised that I was a Laker fan, but not a Sparks fan.
Disappointing, but you.
No, it made sense because Kobe didn't play for the Sparks. Right. that makes sense, but
never too late to get on board.
That's it.
Underdog Fantasy will have us courtside at more Sparks games this season. They just do not know it yet, but we are sending that memo in. I had a good time. It was turned up.
They got to win.
It was turned, bro.
But y'all wasn't
go watch no losing basketball.
But y'all
need to win.
Y'all be
Just
crazy
like
like
we do regular girls basketball. We just go there and just make fun of the layups they gonna miss and laugh and little extra, how many times they gonna do.
Hell no.
It's a very sensitive time right now. You're getting us packed up repeatedly.
We not dunking no smoke.
No. It's basketball.
It's basketball, man. We not dunking no smoke.
They say they want to be treated like basketball, then I'm gonna announce it like basketball.
Layup's a layup, but you don't be smoking.
I know you can't tap the backboard on her. Tap the backboard on her. Flex. Fix your weave a little bit. His hands.
He's dropping the pass. God damn.
You need that NBA glue. That WNBA glue got your shit twisted.
Damn. She with us. She with us.
Oh, girl was hot. Oh, she with us.
Man, she was looking at Rashad like,
what? Yeah, that shit is.
Like, who is this thing?
Hell no, that shit is broke as hell. Get that shit out of here.
You can't come out of here.
Sub her out. No, hell no. Get off of it.
Yeah. Pass the ball.
A memorable experience.
That's what I said. Listen, like us new fans to the W, remember, listen, we got to turn it down a little bit. Right? This is not the NBA. We got to turn it down. We can't use the same vocabulary that we use.
So real quick to switch the tone, keep it positive. Who was one player in that game that we went to that you saw courtside that maybe you didn't know before that impressed you in person?
Mitchell.
Kelsey Mitchell. Hey, Kelsey Mitchell was balling.
I'm gonna say number 0.
Yeah.
No. Yo, she got that. Listen. I know everybody's paying attention to Caitlin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
0 got that thing on a swivel.
Mm-hmm. And she a lefty.
She got that thing on a swivel. Her bop game, you be like, oh, because we don't see it a lot, but when she did it, like, oh, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty with it.
Wait. I know Caitlin, but wait, until she get her shit together, hey, do you look.
That's the offset.
And look,
like if y'all gonna deny Caitlin, she gotta get off. She gotta give us 20.
That's why they won the game though.
Yeah.
I think
but that's what I said.
18.
She kept them in the game until Caitlin hit the 2 threes and take them over the game.
That's why I say the coaching gotta understand that you got the two-headed monster like that. You gotta offset it by running her own actions and letting her do her own thing over here. Because everyone's gonna be looking to try to get this denial and don't let her catch it. And then it's a one-on-one with her. Nobody's stopping that.
They need to watch Steve Francis.
Is it like a 3-man? It's like a 3-man game right now, and they got to figure out how to creep that offense between Leah Boston, her Smith, and Caitlin, and let the main meat of that offense be around them 3, and everybody else just fill in and backdoor and cut. But for the most part, man, like the tangibles and how some of the girls played, you're like, okay.
That fever job may be open in the near future, Gil, if you want to put your name in it.
Don't get the girl fight all right.
What you mean?
This is not me.
Go coast that.
This is
move around.
Basketball Discourse. There's a lot of the international move around. The international move around is being way.
5 up. 5 down,
and that's
5 out.
And that
you got all 3 of that?
5 up, 5 down, 5 out.
I like that.
Hey.
I like that.
You know that play. That's all I play. 5 down, 5 up, 5 down,
5 side.
5 side. I become.
Post.
Yep.
High pick and roll. Side pick and roll.
That's it.
You know the bad. This is the bad part about it all. The complaints about the media and the new fans from the women that have been narrating and talking about the WNBA, y'all are 1,000% correct. The problem is we don't care, right? We coming in with whatever we think, right? So I know we don't know nothing about the sport, but we're saying, hey, she don't got shit, move around, fire her, do this, suspend her. I'm sorry, that's what we're coming with. So if you want our views, goddammit, you got it.
You gotta be taken.
We're bringing this, we're bringing immature
Facts.
knowledge
Yep.
to the game.
Yep.
But that's what you get for my dollar. Right?
If I'm gonna come watch, I'm
Boom,
gonna
coach, remove it.
Get out.
If you didn't see me this season with Darvin Ham, God damn it, you don't want me as a Sparks fan.
We talked about this yesterday, but that's the NBA discourse is toxic as shit. Like,
We're toxic.
Like it's some of the nastiest, messiest. Like
You know how many,
we're bringing that over.
how many players don't want to come on the show because we just talk crazy? This nigga showed up for round 2.
And you showed up with a shovel.
Hey man, like we with the smoke. Like we gonna talk bad about you, we gonna talk good about you. But listen, when we show up to the game, you better play good.
But that's all it is. It's not like it's we know there's rookie hate. We know there's rookie hazing and all of this, and we're bringing the same energy that we bring to the male side. And I'm not sure you're ready for it.
They not.
Because our language is different.
Yep.
Our mannerisms is different. How we talk about you is different. I mean, you can see what Pat McAfee did.
Yeah,
right?
he did.
What he did was wrong, but it was a natural
Locker room talk.
It was a natural locker room talk, right? And we need to try to figure out how to dive in with a smooth splash. Because we're trying to cannonball this motherfucker, to be honest.
Yeah.
We're trying to get in the water, but we got to dive and put your little toes in a little bit because we're coming in reckless.
Men get called the B word on the NBA side as well.
What?
We were going crazy on that side.
Amongst other.
What?
They talking about they was gonna kick us out.
Brandon's halftime speech as
Yeah,
the
Brandon had
fever.
the cold ass halftime.
Where Brandon at?
Give her the goddamn ball. And that's the thing that we us new fans really have to realize, because you can see we are contradicting ourselves, right? NBA, they too soft. WNBA, too aggressive. All she got was bump like, and fell. We're like, oh, hey, she needs to be arrested.
For sure.
Suspended.
What's so funny is what she did, that was nothing.
That's nothing.
We just saying that she needs to, because that's us.
It wasn't a basketball play.
No, that's
It
just
wasn't
us.
a basketball play. It's just like if we do that in the basketball, like I'm getting up, I'm trying to fight you. What's up? You just trying to knock me down just regularly?
And I'm the one, like Draymond Green stepped on his chest. That seemed pretty fine to me.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, right? We do what this is
The Gobert
who we
show.
like what you did to Angel Reese. Depending on what she said, depending on how we was gonna rap.
Yeah.
You did what? All right, what's she gonna say? If she pretend like she hurt, we on your ass.
Fact.
Right? Don't show up to the next game. But she was like, hey, it's part of the league. They're like, all right, Andrew said it's okay. It's okay. Because you was about to get this smoke.
Yeah, if I felt any kind of way about it.
You missed triple-double, too. You missed runner-up MVP. We know who you are. But you can get this smoke. You can get this smoke, too. You're hitting the young protege like that.
It's different between being basketball plays and being dirty plays. Let's just not have no dirty plays, right? Because I don't want to hear no, but she's a girl. Like, if we're hooping, ain't no, but she's a girl, but she's a female, but she's a woman. Like, if you want our respect, you want our support, you get it how we give it to you. And if we're gonna give it to you on the way that we see it, you're gonna take it. You're gonna take it the way we give it to you. You don't take it at all.
You know what?
So we're gonna criticize you. We're gonna come and say, hey. That wasn't a basketball play now.
Hey, chat.
That might, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not see it tomorrow,
Damn, that sounded.
if you do not see it tomorrow, it's been an amazing ride.
You
gotta apologize to me, man, because I'm not that aggressive.
No, just the word.
In that realm.
And I'm just saying the words.
I do not work in that
I'm just saying
realm.
the words that were like, you just close your eyes, like, you're gonna take it how you gonna take it. You're gonna get, wait a minute.
Anyway. So we talked about JJ Redick getting the Lakers head coaching job.
This is not ESPN.
What?
Yeah, stop integrating.
Relax.
Stop integrating that corporate shit.
I'm the one who got to live here.
This is YouTube.
It is YouTube. It is YouTube.
This is nothing other than YouTube. Stop trying to integrate with them niggas over there.
We're YouTube niggas.
Leave them niggas where they at. All of you. Leave them over there. We are not them.
Stick to that side. But you've all played for several head coaches during your NBA career. Based on those experiences, what are the qualities of a good and bad NBA head coach?
Communication is one. And then holding people accountable. I mean, that's another one. Like setting the locker room, like letting it be known, like how's it gonna go. Like you have your superstars that's gonna get there, but you know, like I think communication is one of the biggest ones.
He's right. Like communicating what you expect and holding yourself accountable to your words, like you're gonna hold me accountable to my play, right? If you say do this, that, and that, I'm gonna give some time for you. Live up to that, because for that time, I'm willing to break my neck for it. And if I'm breaking my neck for it, and you're not holding yourself accountable to those words, that's where the problem lies, right? I know the stars get their star power treatment, and everybody has their roles. So when I ask you, hey, coach, what can I do? I'd rather say, hey, young fella, really, there ain't shit you can do this year besides watch and learn, right? I can accept that. Get better, watch and learn. You're going to get a fair shot starting next training camp. Versus telling me something, oh yeah, just keep working, doing this and that, I'm going to find some time for you. And I'm doing all of that, and you don't find no time for me. Now you lost me as a person. Those are the coaches that be having problems in the locker room, right? If you're going to hold me accountable, hold yourself accountable for the shit you told me.
Yeah, that's the worst part about coaching and following up with your word. And the days where you used to be able to compete for a spot, where you had practices long enough where if I'm a two guard and this guy in front of me is, making such a X amount of money, he's already guaranteed this spot, even though he's not better than me. If I outwork him as a coach, you should be able to reward me at least some playing time for what I'm doing in practice, because I'm getting better. Every day I'm working better, I'm staying longer, I'm lifting longer. Everything is being maximized from my side to try to take his spot, because you see competitiveness inside the practice. But once you have taken that out, now it's just a promise game. It's young fella, keep working. That's not enough motivation for me if you're not giving me minutes behind my work. And all this dude is doing is making a bunch of money. He's not delivering on wins and capitalizing for what he's getting paid. So now I'm looking back, and this all goes back to a rookie transition program. When I came out my rookie year, Dante Jones was our speaker, and Quentin Richardson was our speaker. And Dante said, y'all rookies need to understand this one thing. When you are on this team, and you're gonna see somebody in front of you that you kicking their ass every single night, and you will not see a minute. And it's gonna be the most frustrating thing you ever went through, but you're gonna have to hold your head up high, you gotta keep working. And it's only so much of that you can take before you look at the coach crazy. Like, coach, you go to him and like, what can I do to get some minutes? And he say, well, Gil just said, like, just keep working, young fella. Just keep working. That's demoralizing. Because it's like, how much more work can I put in? I'm kicking his ass in practice. I'm showing y'all I'm working hard. I'm not missing no shots. I'm defensive rotations. I'm talking. I'm at all the fucking organization functions. I'm doing all the shit I need to be doing.
The team, I was gonna say another sign of a good coach, a coach that can hire a good coaching staff. Too, coaching staff, X's and O's, and also a coach that knows his players, takes out the time to know their players. I think you need to know your players. Like you got to know how to approach certain guys and things like that. So yeah, I think
don't be a dictator. Like I think coaches are so stuck on the old way of coaching. A dictator approach has rebellion in it. You want me to run through the wall? Convince me that the wall is soft and I'm gonna run through it every time. Right? That's the approach, right? You're right about the competition part. And I think there needs to be a reevaluating system in the NBA for rewarding certain things, right? if I have a backup point guard, right, and I know because I make $30 million a year, you can't take my position, I don't have the edge anymore.
Yeah, man.
Right? I'm
crazy.
I don't have the edge anymore. Now, if I know that if my work ethic is slipping and you're rewarding his work ethic, it forces me to recalibrate.
Immediately.
Right? Like people don't realize, we talked about Jordan Poole, horrible start, got put on the bench. That bench seat made him recalibrate his system and say, oh shit, hell no. If you look at the end of his season,
got back in the form.
That's the money, that's who we paid for.
Yep.
Sometimes a star player needs a reality check to get him back and keep him hungry, right? You gotta let a hunter hunt him.
Yes. Get him out of his
So
comfort zone.
if he's getting his ass whooped every single day in practice, what do you think happens in the game? And you wonder why he ain't turning it on. He ain't been turning it on for a month. He's been getting dog walked all month. You gotta reward. He has to see like, oh shit. Like 4 minutes into the game, I got you. Oh, hell no. Hey, coach, what's going on?
Bro.
Now it makes me like, all right, now I want to stay after practice, get my shit. Now I'm competing to get minutes. He's taking my minutes.
Taking my minutes.
I need to re-win my minutes.
Yeah.
That needs to be a real thing. Like you have to put the fear into a player if you want the best results.
But let me double down on that because I got traded from Minnesota to Sacramento, right? First practice there. Bobby Jackson can attest to this because I remember this like it was yesterday. Kevin Martin, it was his team. Him, Francisco Garcia, I think Kenny Thomas was there. He was getting a bunch of money. So first practice, I'm trying to establish myself because I just came from a situation where they was trying not to play me or pay me. So it's contract year. So I'm in there like, I'm going to establish myself as the guy that's going to challenge everybody. So it's like being in prison. You go to prison, you're like, who the big dog? Let me go tackle him so y'all know I'm here for that. Kevin Martin. All right, I got him. I got him. First practice. Bro, I'm talking about couldn't smell it. I'm all open, couldn't smell it. After that practice, for 2 weeks straight, he did not practice.
Wait, he did not practice?
He did not practice. Bobby Jackson came to me after that first practice. He said, Shaw, you shouldn't have did that, bro. You just scared him off. He not gonna practice. He not gonna practice. I'm like, what you mean? He our best player. He's like, hey, he's not gonna practice. What you just did.
Oh, see, that goes the other way.
What you just did, you challenged his spot in front of everybody. You challenged him and you showed him that there's someone better than him at his spot and that wanted it more than him. Because before I got there, he was just lollygagging around because it's Kevin Martin. He making $20 million a game. I mean, $20 million a year.
What happened after that? Did he leave?
No, he was still there, but he still played, but he just...
No, the next year, did they get rid of him?
No.
See,
He's still the guy.
See, right there, I as a GM or something, I'm getting rid of him because he got tested in real time and he did not, like, this is not a game. This is a
cover
practice.
for him, though.
And I can't cover, you can't change that behavior.
Can't.
Right? Like, when I was playing, I had Steve Blake. Steve Blake thought he was a starter, which helped me. Because that means in practice what you think Steve Blake was on.
He was going hard.
Right? Which forced me in practice
to prove it.
Every day I have to fight for this spot, knowing that, oh, they just signed me. But the fact that he felt that he was the better point guard.
Yep.
I'm fighting for my life every goddamn, which helps me out to compete.
Yep.
Right? I'm competing every day because he wants it. Right? Larry Hughes, when Chucky Atkins came, and I'm Mr. Hollywood now. And I ain't gonna go today, man, and I'm tired. Here comes Chucky Atkins. Hey, coach, that's the kind of star you got, coach? Shit, hey, give me some of the minutes, coach. Yeah, hey, nah, Kobe don't do that. Go get my shoes.
I got it.
Nah, he think he's sweet over here, right? He think he's sweet. He did it every time. Every time I thought about wanting, like, yo, my
Take a break.
legs
You're gonna take a
hurting.
break.
Coach is like, all right.
break.
Coach be like, Gil, take the day off. Coach gave me the day off. Here come Chucky. Oh, look at him, y'all. He's scared of me.
Scared?
He's scared. He must knew I was on fire. Like, give me my shoes. God damn.
man.
Right? And those are the days that made me better. The days I didn't want to practice.
Yep.
He forced me to practice.
I was that guy. I'm gonna
You
challenge
need that. You need
I'm
that.
gonna
You
challenge
need that,
bro.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
feel
not
like
to
that.
beat you. I'm not here to beat you. I'm here to make you better because
Yeah.
you're on my team. You're not against me. So for me and my message to Kev, I never got to relay that because he thought I was his enemy. And it was like, bro, we on the same team. Imagine if you can dominate me in practice because we running Princeton offense. You know it better than I know it. So you're going to be able to get off in this offense more than I'm going to be able to defend you. But my challenge to you is I'm knocking you down. I'm fouling the fuck out of you every possession. You're not going to like me one bit, but what it's going to do for you in the game is you're going to be prepared for whoever's out there knocking you down. And I got your back.
Because what you're doing to him in practice, they can't do it to him in the game.
And he not used to that.
So if I'm and that was me and Larry thing. I used to talk shit to Larry. Larry's all NBA defense, right? Now, in practice, your defense is heightened because there's no fouls. There's no rules.
Yep.
So if I can score on you and get the best of you in practice, what happens for me in the game, right? Those are the mental This is what you can't scout, right? This is what a draft workout cannot measure. I can't measure if a dude is going to compete for his spot or not, or he's going to quit when someone facing him that he physically, it's the compete part. I want to see you fight, right? Yeah, he might be beating you up, but there's rules that stop him when there's refs. Right now, there's no rules. What are you going to do? You're going to not practice for 2 weeks? Oh, no, I can't have that.
I can't respect you.
I can't
respect you, bro. We in the trenches right now. We practicing. This is all training.
Yep.
This is all training, shooting. We in the trenches.
So I was tested like that too. With when I got to Detroit, when I left Milwaukee, Will Bynum and DJ Augustine.
Woo.
Oh, I know they was going at you.
Will the thrill.
Yeah, like Will Bynum every day. Like the first day I got to Detroit, he was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be different. It'll be different. Like you're gonna have to earn this." And like you said, it made me better. Even DJ Augustine. Like he was a starter in Charlotte, him coming over, like he felt like he should have started. So I'm talking about every day when I got to Detroit. It was some dogs in there, man.
Yeah.
Like, and I loved it though. Like, especially Will. So shout out to Will Bynum and DJ Augustine.
For sure, bro.
They
killers.
pushed me.
Will the thrill, my homie.
I think what y'all are saying, just the importance of role players on a team and helping uplift the stars, make the team better.
Luke Renard too. Luke Renard, my rookie year.
But you need a coach to understand that, to see it, to reward it, right? You need someone who is not above the duties.
Yep.
Right? He has to be great, okay? He has to be great at customer service. Customer service first is the most important thing. It's the experience, right? In the regular world, customer service, the guy, hey, how you doing? Welcome to my establishment, boom, boom, boom. You know, when you sit down, you know, they're talking to you within the first 30 seconds of you sitting down, right? It's making you feel like you're the special one. Same thing in practice, right? Making the guy, like they're happy to come here. Hey, how's the family,
I got a chance.
Hey, Shad, I see your face, man. What's going on?
What's going on, man?
Having girl troubles?
You all right?
Well, I got a couple for you, man. All right, you know what? Hey. He's slacking. Take it out on him today.
All right, bet. I got some plays for you.
You got to be able to figure out how to relate to bring everybody together. You can't be the dictator for the most part. Your time does it anyway. When you're subbing, you want to be able, if I didn't sub you in today, like, God damn it, my bad, man. I got caught up in the game. I fucked up. I got you next game. My fault, right? Dude can be like, all right, bet, coach. All right. We good. Hey, good coaching. We won.
So
you know what I mean?
So what if you don't get in next game?
My bad. Hey, you know what? Next time, like at that 6-minute mark, at the 3-minute mark, sub your goddamn self in.
Facts.
Right? If I forget about you, sub yourself in.
Just go ahead.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Because at the end of the day, the 3 minutes that you're gonna get right now, that move right there gave you power, which gave me less of a headache. Because 3 minutes come, I ain't put you in, you get to sub yourself in. Right? You can be like, oh shit, okay. Sub yourself in, you played your 3 minutes. If you're playing good, keep you in. If you're not, sub you out. But you felt like, okay, coach is cool.
The biggest challenge a coach can give, and this is for any coach out there, and you're trying to be a coach and trying to understand players, the biggest challenge you can ever give a player is taking him off the first team in practice and put him on the second team. Hey, Josiah, get Brandon. You on the white team today. Brandon, you on the black. What?
You have me on the second team, Rashad?
Yeah, you on the second team. You dominate, but look, you dominating on the second
God
team,
bless.
right? You've been practicing very well, right? You've been practicing very well, but now you're on the first team.
Yeah, for sure.
You're on the first team, right? But it's all to get Brandon out the head out his ass. Brandon over there just thinking he could just show up to practice late, thinking he can just lunch. He's going through the motions. Hey, Josiah, you get him off. Now, if we're watching now Brandon's whole mannerisms through this challenge, what is he gonna do this practice? Is he gonna pack it in? Or he gonna show up and be like, Coach, don't you ever put me on the motherfucking black team? Because the one thing I learned about Kevin Garnett, Coach tried to take him off the white team and put him on the black team, and I ain't never seen nobody get cussed out like this. Don't you ever put me on them. I ain't no motherfucking black team. I am on the white team. I ain't never played on the black team since I came in this fucking league, and I ain't never gonna play on the fucking black team.
Hey, you know what's so funny?
The coldest shit ever, nigga. I was like, whoa.
That is a thing. Yeah. My son, the young one, right? I remember I'm running, like, he has practice, and the coach Daryl for the Cavs, his rule is if you're late, you're not on. So theirs is black, right? Black is
the first team.
It's not even it's a thing. Like, black is the most loyal, right? So there's guys who never played in the game, they're black, right? So everybody wants the black uniform, right? Or you get the white side. So my son is the best player on the team, right? If he's late to practice, you're white today, right? And he's like, yo, you gotta drive faster. He's gonna put me on the white team. Like, I can't be white. Woo. Like, nobody wants to be white.
Nobody
like,
wants to be
the
white.
fear in his face, right, of the jersey switch, right, was insane. Like, he's calling the coach. This is my dad. Look, coach,
My dad.
5 minutes. How far are we? Coach, please. Like, he's begging not to be put on the white, but it made him accountable, knowing he got to go to practice every day, because if you don't, you ain't starting. You're going to be on the white team. You have to give achievements, and you got to be able to take away things.
Yep.
Right? If no one has accountability growing up, when they get to a place that has accountability, they're not going to know how to act.
Facts. And even watching KG do that, it showed me that even him at the highest level refused to allow the coach to put him on the team that he considered the lower level. And it would made him go harder. Like, he was like, nah, I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna prove to you why I'm always on the white team, motherfucker. Ain't nobody on the black team gonna beat us, because I'm on this side. So that made me say, like, all right, that's why I've always had that energy. When I was at Carolina and the coach tried to put me on the blue, guess who won that day? Blue team. Yeah, let's go blue. Let's go blue. Whoop they motherfucking ass all day. Don't you ever put me on the blue team. We gonna win every time.
That's the Jimmy Butler with I'll take the third unit.
Yeah. We snag it and walk out.
That takes the third unit, and what ends up happening is he takes the third unit, gave them this power.
This energy.
Oh, Jimmy picked us. Jimmy picked us.
We gotta deliver.
Let's deliver for Jimmy, right? And he got the best out of this group.
Yes.
So let's spin this forward and just talk about the importance of role players and what we've seen in this postseason. So while the future of the Lakers head coach and roster is still in the air, including LeBron, who's expected to opt out but re-sign with the Lakers, been much talk about the Lakers adding a third star to the roster to complement LeBron and AD. Recently on their Mind the Game podcast, prior to the conclusion of the conference finals,
these motherfuckers got shots, they didn't give us shit. That's all I'm saying.
She did it.
No, what I'm saying is,
She did it.
no, what I'm saying is, they took a shot. I had to look around like, wait, where the fuck is mine? Where's mine at? Crazy.
Notice
They
my
appear to be
like-
struggling.
We just celebrate a little
No,
celebration.
they just celebrate. No, I don't want one, Steve. I was just wondering, like, hey, they got their own shit going on over here.
But it's high five from across the Libra high five. Just a
I do
little
not want a shot.
Just a Libra high five.
No.
But
No, I'm straight.
so recently on their Mind the Game podcast, prior to the conclusion of the conference finals, LeBron talked about the Final Four teams and what they all have in common.
These top 4 teams, Indiana, Boston, Dallas, and Minnesota, have a bunch of guys who star in their role, and they do it every single night, man. They are great at what they do. And if there's teams out here looking to see how to be successful, obviously you got to have star. You got to have maybe 1, possibly 2. That's gonna make sure that everybody stays even keel. But at the end of the day, you got to have those soldiers around, man. You got to have, the concierges and the capos and the rest of those guys that's gonna be ready to go, man. And that's what we see at the Final Four right now in the NBA.
I'm gonna start off. Can you put that back up there? JJ.
These top 4 teams, Indiana, Boston.
Just when it stops,
Dallas
when
and
JJ gets
Minnesota,
on camera,
have
pause
a
it.
bunch of guys who star in their role, and they do it every single night, man. They are great at what they do. And if there's
Okay. Now play it again. Okay, so no, that's right there. Like JJ, this. Switch it. You want the cord on the side of the patch, so it goes
Those teams
straight
out there.
down instead of across your body.
You can
That's
put it
all.
behind your back too.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Just aesthetic-wise, you wanted to hang straight down.
It's your OCD?
Versus it going straight across your body. That's all. Just that's
For
all.
everybody listening to the pod version, JJ Redick's wearing rather large headphones, wire going across his chest. But you can just put the wire.
Yeah, you can put it
behind
across your body, or you can just flip your earphones, and so it goes just straight down. It's just little things like that.
But back to the point of
And then you need a pro tee, because that fruity balloon.
Fruity balloon.
The fruity
Flimsy.
balloon is a little
Flimsy.
flabby.
You
It's a
gotta
little
get broke
flimsy.
up. Fix your collar.
Yeah, you fix your collar, boy.
Yeah,
Pro club.
You know, it's like Brandon
so we gonna-
Collier. Brandon got to fix his
See,
collar.
this is what I'm already on my Laker guy, man. I'm already got you.
Yeah. Hey, yo, listen.
I already got you. Yeah.
Yeah, when he get the job, yo, I'm gonna give him like a bunch of pro clubs.
You got to give him some
Black and
tough
white.
crowds,
Black and
bro.
white.
he got to hit the Slauson.
Tough crowd, man. Give him the tough crowd all white, bro, with on the collar.
It's gonna be a tough crowd.
Bro, strong collar. You need a strong collar.
Full pricing, Mr. B. He got the bread.
Oh, yeah.
No discount. No
Took it
discount.
already?
Yeah, my bad.
It's all good, bro.
But
I'm about
back to
to
what
sell all the
LeBron was saying, how important is it for a team to have not necessarily stars, but guys who are stars in their role, especially looking at what he was saying, the Final Four teams and what they've had this year, and especially these 2 final teams. Celtics a little bit different, obviously, with what they've been able to finesse on that roster, but Mavs, Luka and Kyrie being complemented with the likes of PJ Washington, Derrick Jones, and the rest of that squad.
Okay. Your star player, right? There's this misconception about star players, and because they get all the credit, right? The Michael Jordans, the Kobe, they get all the credit for the winning. The winning comes when the perfect teammates come together, right? We have Steph, we have Clay, we have Draymond. The team is really ran by the Iguodalas, the Livingstons, the Barbo. It's your core. Remember, when the star is losing, it's him,
Throw him in.
right? He's losing. He's averaging 30s. He can't win, right? What changes is the cast got better around them, right? The cast understands their roles, right? When he starts trusting his cast members more is when you have better success for the individual, right? The individual doesn't change his behavior. It's the cast that became a team. There's less individuals, more teammates that says, all right, hey, We got it. We're going to do the things that you not going to do, right? So as much as you think the star is covering up for it, no, the role players is covering up the flaws of the stars.
Facts.
And that's what's not being told. It's the role players that's cleaning up the bad habit. Like, like when you say, Steph don't play no defense. Have you proved it yet? Right? You've been saying he can't play defense. You've been trying to do everything to take advantage of him. The cast
got his back.
The cast got his back. When you're trying to go at Luka, the cast has his back, right? And that's what it is. Hey, when you're talking about pick and roll, who's running up there to do the pick and roll? The cast. Hey, Luka, I got a weak one on you.
Yeah, facts.
Switch. Yeah.
Switch.
Yeah, you got him.
We got the switch.
Get my sorry ass guy on you.
Let me get on to the baseline.
And people don't realize that. You got the best defensive player on you. Luka, I get him off you. Boom.
Rescreen it again.
Yeah, I'm going to keep screening until you get the guy you want.
Yep.
And that's IQ.
And that's the IQ of it. And
teach that.
And that's what it is. Once you identify, and this is the general manager's upper management. Once you identify who your best players is, you find the pieces that fit them too.
That's what I say about Boston when they were playing lethargic and, Tatum wasn't delivering at the rate that I was expecting him to. Everybody else was still rolling at a full clip. Mm-hmm. Like they was picking up the pieces. So it's like when he does roll at full clip, everybody else don't have to do much because he's carrying the load. And you look at Jaylen Brown, he's playing both sides of the ball. So you got 3 defensive guys out there, White, Holiday, and Brown, that's out there doing their job. Where Tatum, you can go and get your 40 piece. You can go out and hit all your shots. You ain't got to worry about the defensive pressure that we're gonna put on these guards. So when you got those guys moving at a full clip, I still don't even consider Drew and Derek White cast members per se, because at any given night they can say, I want to be the star tonight. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put it in my hands, but they know their roles. Mm-hmm. When you know your roles, you can go out there and perform at a high level. And that's the thing with Dallas. They don't have the same cast that Boston has, but they're still as dynamic as the cast. So you look at PJ and Derrick Jones, and even Exum and Josh Green, and then you look at Gafford, right? These are guys that you're like, what are they really gonna give us, right? But they're playing 9 to 12 minutes, and those 9, 12 minutes mean something. Gafford's 9, 12 minutes where he hit that lob on Rudy and one. Mm-hmm. He got good timely blocks that he's a force in there when he needs to be. And then you look at Jones Jr. hitting those corner threes when Luka needs it. Like, think about Luka's confidence in him. Mm-hmm. When I pass you the ball and you're open, like I'm spoon feeding y'all. Mm-hmm. And I always say this about the game: when you're wide open and you have to hit this shot, it's not the pressure of you having to be a certain 3-point percentage shooter. It's the situation Luka's putting you in, where he just did all this shit. You're wide open. It's 3 people on him. Bro, you gotta hit that. You can't afford to miss that shot. Mm-hmm. We work on that shot, so you hit it in this situation. Nothing else. You can miss all the other shots when it don't count. But this one, you gotta hit that, bro. We can't miss that shot. You gotta hit that shot. That's what I love about playoff basketball now, because all these shots gotta be made. Derek White, you can't miss that. Al Horford, hey, bro, you hit 7 threes in that one game, came back and only hit 2 the next. We can't have that from you. That's why the game was so close.
Yo.
It don't matter. Yo. You gotta hit that.
Yo.
You gotta hit that.
About 60.
You gotta hit that.
So, sticking with the NBA Finals, today the Celtics announced that Kristaps Porzingis will be a go for Game 1. So Porzingis hasn't played since April 29th while dealing with the calf injury. There were reports that he could have made a comeback in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think once the Celtics made light work of the Pacers, they decided to let him chill, get a little bit more time to recover. But just looking ahead to this finals matchup, which starts on Thursday, how much do the Celtics need Porzingis' rim protection in the finals?
So does he start? Yeah.
Most likely.
So that means who comes off?
Al Horford has come off the bench. Yeah. It helps because he's an active big man, right? No knock against Rudy, but knock against Rudy. When they're coming in the lane, he's not as active as you would think, right? Porzingis is gonna try to block shots. He's gonna alter. I mean, I don't know if anybody realizes how athletic he is.
Yeah, he's very athletic.
He's very athletic.
I played with him in New York.
Like I would be surprised. Can he touch the top of the backboard?
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
You probably can.
I know he was in Washington. I'm like, yo, I didn't dude can get
Maybe.
up.
He's a good
Right?
kid.
So a guy who can really get off his feet and alter shots. So there's gonna be things, just him being down there forces them to take shots that they normally wouldn't take. So, and then he gets to stretch the floor a little bit. So it's not gonna hurt that he's there.
Well, you got the Mavs leading the postseason in lobs by a comfortable margin. I think 4 to 5 times as many lobs as the next closest team.
See, he's gonna smack. Like there's things he's gonna do that Wemby does, that somebody like Dwight do. You're trying to throw a lob. They jump high enough to pat that out the air versus doing one of these.
But when the last time he played?
April 29th.
I think they're in trouble with him coming back
Why?
because he ain't played in a minute.
Who is he guarding? Right, you're talking about
So you're gonna be on that island with Luka.
Yeah.
Nah.
They
I think
definitely
they in
gonna
trouble. They in trouble regardless because Luka is too smart to understand the mismatch. Right? Either you help on this, you help and try to stop me from this pick and roll in the middle. This is middle pick and roll with 2 guys over here, 1 guy over there. There's no backdoor help. There's no lob help right there. So that's why Rudy was always in the middle of like trying to figure out, do I stop Luka or do I stop the lob?
I'm saying.
You can't.
Yeah, but see, he's in the middle, and then when they throw the lob, he ain't jumping there trying to grab it out of there.
But there's no one on the backside, period. So you either gonna stop this lob or I'm shooting this step back.
And it's gonna be a foul every time.
And you gotta step up.
He coming,
and that's
he
the
already
thing.
on my
Rudy
back
was
every
trying to step up.
But their team is not as dumb as the other one.
But how they gonna stop that? Because remember, who's behind Luka in that pick and roll? That's Drew or Derek White trying to figure out how to get back in front. And then
But they don't do. But that's what I'm saying. They don't play defense like the other group did, right? Where we're going to set the pick. They will fuck around. That team might fuck around hard show and trap.
But listen, just like Boston
pull up
defense,
Luka's numbers versus
Boston defense ain't played against nobody like Dallas yet.
this year.
Who?
Boston ain't playing against nobody like Dallas, just like how Minnesota
They
was
beat
trying
Dallas this year.
in the regular season. But I'm saying like they in the playoffs they haven't.
Yeah, beat them both times.
Luka versus the Celtics in 2 games averaged 35 points, 15 rebounds, 12 assists.
Yeah.
What was
the
those
regular
numbers
season in
individually with both of those numbers? Like,
So
I think he had 41 game.
Yeah, so first game,
him.
January 22nd, he had 33, 18, and 13, and 2
Yeah, that
steals.
game.
Next game, March 1st, he had 37, 12, and 11.
He had 2 triple doubles, bro. 33, 18, and 13.
And lost both games.
Both games he's lost. Remember that.
Yeah, he's lost both
But
games.
I think both of those games were without Kyrie.
Let me confirm
believe.
for you.
Like they asked.
Kyrie played
Yeah. They got
Both
the,
games?
in the March 1st game.
they lost by 28.
They got smacked by 28 in that game.
So he had a triple double loss, but that's what I said. They're gonna cut. He's gonna listen. Luka's gonna do Luka, but I know Luka. The rest of y'all just go do your thing.
And Kyrie played in both games.
Yeah.
So I don't think they had Gafford and,
This,
and
so
PJ
the-
in that game.
The first game was before the trade.
Yeah.
Second game, I believe, was after.
Like it's gonna be like it's one of those things where you're talking about 2 sides, right? Like if Jaylen Brown wants to win that Finals MVP, there's only one style he needs to play. Don't settle.
Well, he can't play both sides of the ball. He's not going
No. You can play both. Attack the basket because they don't have. They want you to shoot jumpers. Don't be cat. Attack. Get to the basket. They got nobody to really block you.
They can't play the zone. They can't play the zone on them.
If Gafford is going to jump, that means Porzingis is cleaning up, right? You know, so if you're going in there and Gafford wants to leave his feet, you got Porzingis that can clean up all those misses. So you keep the pressure on that rim at all times, right? You don't sit there and chuck threes because they're giving it to you. Get in there, get the 2s, get the layups, get the and 1s, right? Back door. Like, you're going to have to play basketball.
Are they going to have to play man?
Who?
Dallas.
Dallas is going to play zone to start off just to see.
Can't.
If I
Why
play
not?
zone, I want
Because
you
we
to
average 45 threes.
and I want you to shoot.
Okay,
if you're
shoot threes.
That's what I'm saying. If
But
I
They played zone against Miami.
We're
Didn't they
shooting
play
at least 38%
zone against Miami when they won the championship?
What we shoot as a team.
Yeah, they're gonna do the same
But what
thing
I'm
they
saying
did to
is-
Miami.
Oh,
But think about it. If I can't guard you man to man and you want to shoot threes, cool.
You can't afford that. 3's more than 2s.
I can't afford it.
If we're
With a
making
hand
38,
up, with a hand up.
They shot 39% during the
39%
season.
as a team.
Okay.
That's too high, bro.
No, but
You're giving. You can't play zone against a team that's averaging
37% in the playoffs.
The difference between
Come on, bro.
now the difference between Boston and Timberwolves is Rudy Gobert turns into a three-point shooter in this series.
in this year because
Both their bigs shoot threes from deep too. So Porzingis and Horford are at the three-point line.
Yeah.
So that means if
Stretching
you're
it all the
so
way
that
out,
means
bro.
if you're Gafford, you're in no man's land.
and you got to come out of the zone, bro.
Yeah, so
and
you-
that's driving too. So we're breaking y'all down based on who you're closing out to.
Yeah,
Think
you got-
about that. If we go 5 out with nobody inside,
Yeah,
you got Derek White flashing, and we don't got a big flashing. We got a guard flashing for that mid-range. That's all day. Y'all got to get out of that zone. And think about when you get out that zone,
Go
Now go
1-3-1.
man's.
the man-on-man is like, who's guarding Luka now? All right, we got Jalen on Luka. We asked Luka, all right, who's guarding Kyrie now?
Wait, you're talking about who you talking about on the zone?
You talking
I'm
about
talking about
Dallas is playing the zone.
I'm talking about
Dallas-
Dallas getting out the zone playing man. You're gonna have to now man up against the Celtics total offense.
Yeah.
Right? So now it's like, all right, Luka gonna have to guard Jaylen Brown. Who's guarding Tatum?
No, I'm
Jones Jr. Like the
Nah,
matchups is gonna be different now because
Nah.
now it's like, all right, how you help?
Luka's gonna guard. You're gonna guard. Luka, you guard Drew. Luka guards Drew. Kyrie guards White.
White.
Because if we switch it around,
PJ
What's the name?
and Jones Jr. don't got a chance against Tatum and Brown.
but they're functional, right? I don't want Luka. If Drew senses Kyrie, he's gonna post him up
Every time.
He's not gonna post Luka up
Every time.
So we can stop that matchup.
But White's gonna take advantage of Luka because Luka don't move his feet one-on-one.
I'd rather have that. I'd rather White decide to get aggressive and try to do what he's gonna do. I'll take that.
You got to take something.
So we asked the chat, will Porzingis have a big impact on the NBA Finals? 61% said yes, 39% said no. So, like y'all mentioned, some heavy star power in this Finals with Luka and Kyrie squaring off against Tatum and Brown. But question for the couch, who is the most important player in the NBA Finals?
I don't know if I can say player. I think the role players are. I feel like the stars are going to show up. I think it's those role players y'all keep talking about. So if it's like a Derek White that can go crazy for Boston,
He
or
can
if
be
it's
the
like
difference
a PJ
maker.
Washington or like one of those role players in Boston. I mean in Dallas that just play like go to hell ball, go crazy.
Yeah, the most important players on the team is not the stars in this series because we expecting Luka and Kyrie to give us 50 to 60 points or plus, whatever. Same thing on Jaylen Brown and Tatum. We were expecting that, right? So the most important player on this is the guy that is not expected to do something he has to do to win, right? So that will be if Derek White averages 20 in this series,
That's crazy.
they won. If Jones Jr. or PJ Washington averages 20 while shutting down Tatum, or let's say he keeps Tatum to damn 22 and below, he was the most important piece in that championship. That was the win right there. The guy who, whatever role player stops the other one or the role player that enhances his talent, right, is the guy who says he's the most important.
Well, let's talk hoop. Let's talk real hoop right now.
Okay.
So we're going to talk the two, Derrick Jones, PJ Washington versus Drew Holiday, Derek White. I believe that Derek White and Drew Holiday are more polished, experienced, offensive and defensive player than the other two. And I think that Drew Holiday is going to be the sleeper because he's got more to prove. He's got leadership and he has a championship already. I'm already been here. I know what it takes. I know how to calm the storm. I know what it needs to be in the fourth quarter. I know how to stop these two other guys too. So if Jalen and Tatum need a break for guarding the main guys, we can step in and guard those guys and know what to do. Y'all two, y'all don't know what to do. If you miss 2 shots, y'all in red. Y'all looking around like, what do we do? What do we do? This is the finals, or I have to make that shot. Y'all don't know how to calm the fuck down. I think when you talk real hoop, these two other guys, Derek White has emerged as a impactful point guard. Drew Holiday has always been that. He's a dog. So you look at what he has to prove in this situation, that I can be a point getter. I can be a guy that can be a mismatch problem. We're going to try to get Kyrie Irving in my tornado. And I've always said, everybody's talking about Kyrie being this most gifted player we've ever seen in the NBA history and all this type of shit. I say, gifted where? He's the most skilled player ever. How? Yeah, he's the most skilled dribbler. He might be the most skilled guy with a layup package, but we talking about where's your defense? Where's your rebound? Where's your assist? Are you the most skilled assist? Are you the most skilled defense? Like, you're gonna have to fuck around and show us this other side of your game. And if he don't show up, these other two dudes are gonna expose that. Hey, Kai, where's your post defense? Oh, you can't stop me on the perimeter? Where's that greediness that you got from Kobe? You gotta have that Mamba mentality to wanna stop me. I ain't never seen that from Kai on the defensive end. So where's that challenge? I'm challenging him for that. Show me that side. All this offensive shit, it's always making sense to everybody that want offense. I want both sides. That's why I like Jaylen Brown. He give me that both sides. I'm a dog, give me that. I want that assignment, give me that. Kai, I need that shit from you too. Who you gonna stop? Don't be the liability where we want the mismatch with you.
Hey, look, I know you eating right now. Right, you eating.
I'm just saying.
No, but you eating. When you keep saying Jaylen Brown on defense, what do you mean when?
Two-way. He just take the assignment. He always has.
So Tatum ain't been two-way this year?
I ain't saying that he hasn't. That's the thing.
No, is he?
I've never said it. Because his assignment is what? Because of his size.
No, I'm saying
he's 6'10".
No, I'm saying because neither of them motherfuckers played anybody in the first round and second round. So
I'm talking about throughout
they got to walk through some shit.
For sure.
Okay.
I'm about to get tested on that end too.
Yeah, for sure.
No. Everybody getting tested.
Yeah, everybody.
You know what might be a sleeper? This is my sleeper. This is some shit that sounds like a Jason Kidd move. Pull Tim Hardaway Jr. in.
Got to.
Because he didn't play not one. He didn't play much in that series, and it seems like that motherfucker been saving his ass for something.
Full clip.
And if full clip comes in and they didn't expect it, you bring in Porzingis, we bring in another clip.
He's an automatic Klay Thompson.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That might be somebody like
He's black Klay Thompson
with a chip on.
Like if he doesn't get in this series, it's really going to be hard because now they don't have someone that can do what you remember Gordon did last year, right? In the championship.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon.
You didn't expect much, then boom, he got 20 and he's taking advantage of these little switch ups and scoring. Those are the things you need to keep the balance in the court.
They need that.
When the guy that you're trying to relax on takes advantage of it.
You ignoring him.
Right when Caleb Martin, is that Caleb?
Yep.
When he almost won
Miami.
Eastern Conference, MVP. No one expected that.
Yep.
Those are what you need, and I see if Tim Hardaway Jr. is put in a lineup, he might be on fire.
That's a good call.
It's gonna be a good one, y'all.
They need that Jason Terry.
Yes.
They need that Jason Terry player that was in the finals that had 18 off the bench, 19 off the bench, and was just that killer.
Yep.
That's who Tim Hardaway Jr. could be in this series. He could be that Jason Terry.
We're going to talk a ton more finals, obviously, leading up to the game and throughout the entire NBA Finals. Especially Thursday, we're going to do a big preview show, so make sure you pull up for that. Go in depth on both teams and see who's winning this thing. But now we got to talk about something that may be polarizing on this couch. So, Gil, last week you had the internet going nuts when you said Steph is an amazing hooper and a game changer, but not a generational talent. Your words, not mine. Mm-hmm. We can agree he belongs in the conversation for greatest point guard ever. When we interviewed him last summer, he said he believed he was. I'm a Magic Johnson fan, but I can't be one to argue with Steph if he believes that. Mm-hmm. The resume shows and supports it. Recently, Tracy McGrady was asked if he would put Steph in his top 10, and T-Mac had this to say.
Stephen Curry is a top 5 NBA player of all time.
No, he tripping on that. He hasn't cracked my top 10 yet. He just hasn't. I think Steph has had a phenomenal career. I mean, obviously 4 championships, 2 league MVPs. He has a final MVP. But if you go back in his career, And if you look at when Draymond is out of the lineup for the season, if you look at Klay Thompson has missed the season or half of that season, to me, if you're that great, if you're going to be a top 5 and one of your guys are missing, you can't make the playoffs, I can't put you in the top 5 or top 10. I just can't. And that's just my opinion.
So we heard T-Mac's opinion. Now we'll bring it to this couch. Does Steph Curry belong in the top 10 all time?
Yes.
Mr. B, you say yes. Why do you believe Steph Curry is a top 10 NBA player?
Changed the game. I mean, shooting, 4 rings, 2 unanimous MVPs. I just respect the work ethic too. Like the work ethic from where he came, how he came in to where he is now. Come on, man. What are we talking about? What the fuck are we talking about here? It can't be top 10. Like.
Rashad, I hear you breathing a little heavier than normal.
No, it's because it's Gil. I'm gonna let Gil cook because I'm on Gil's side.
When it comes to generational,
Yeah, I want to go back to that.
So the first part about the generational, look, okay, I'm gonna ask you a question because you're the one who started with the facial expression.
Gil, yes, I did. You
When did Steph Curry become generational for you?
Probably after unanimous MVP.
Okay, exactly. When was LeBron called generational? High school. Okay. When did Shaq become generational? Okay.
Yeah.
When was Tiger Woods considered a generational?
Probably about 3 or 4 years old.
Okay. When did Serena Williams was considered?
11 years old.
Teenage. Okay. Yeah. When Mike Tyson was named
20 years old.
No.
Youngest than that.
When did they say he is gonna be the youngest heavyweight champ?
It's 19.
15.
Yeah, 15, yeah.
Shout out
right?
to Tomato.
Wendy.
16.
When did they say 16, right? So you're saying, and everyone's saying Steph is a generational after he accomplished something. When the rest of the generational players was called it before anything. It's a physical thing. The physically gifted people, the number 1 picks, the people that they identify as generational was considered that way before they dominated anything. They didn't break no records yet, right? Steph broke a record. His shooting is, generational when he passed Reggie Miller, when he passed this. So he had to beat something to be considered generational over guys who weren't generational, right? Generational is you as a person. You're a generational talent, meaning this, those guys can't change nothing because we can't be them, right? No one looked up and said, I want to be the next Shaq. I physically know I can't be him. I physically can't be LeBron James. I physically can't be Wemby. This guy, Steph Curry, 6'3", little, I can be him. His shooting, I can do that. Obviously, I can't put in that work ethic because he did. I don't know it, but I can pretend to be him. Game changer. Very different conversation. The physical part, right? Like a genius, right? To be considered a genius in the world standard, you have to have a 140 IQ level. 140 and up is considered a genius by the world standard. Now, if you have a IQ of 100 and you become a billionaire, the richest man on earth, you invented all these new things. You cannot yell you're a genius. Your accomplishments does not make you the genius. The standard test makes you the genius. So yes, there's geniuses that's working at McDonald's probably. There's geniuses that's your PE coach. There's a genius that's sitting under the bridge. Yeah, they didn't translate it to nothing, but they're clinically the genius. Just like Bo Jackson, right? He was a generational talent. I guarantee you he was selected number 1 or 2. O.J. Simpson, I guarantee he was selected number 1 or 2, right? Those guys are generational talents, meaning you cannot mimic it. The physical is the physical trait of it, right? You're born, it's your genetics, right? The Michael Phelps, right? we're naturally born with 4 to 6 liters of lung capacity, right? He has 10. That's what he was born with. He just happened to jump in the pool and realize he can fucking be a mermaid. Now he uses that ability and train, and then that's what he is. The dude who can run for days because his lactic acid does not build up like the regular normal people. That is the generational runner. He has an ability that you can't teach or what's it. That's what it is. I'm not saying he's not generational. The world has identified it as people who have this certain gift before achievements.
But if they have that physical gift, there have been people as big as Shaq that don't have the talent or skill that Shaq has. So can you say they're generational if they don't maximize on that talent?
No, see,
they're not mimicking it. You can't mimic what Shaq done. Like Dwight Howard would probably be the closest guy.
But he was considered a generational talent.
Yes.
But you're taking what I'm saying is, what makes Steph generational?
Greatest shooter.
Got it. Greatest shooter means
besides Salim Stoudemire, in my opinion.
Hold on, that's greatest shooter, right?
Shout out Salim.
Greatest shooter, which means he had to beat somebody in front of him, right? Now, what skill did Magic Johnson have that clinically have him as the greatest or generational? What does Shaq do to make it like they're not like you're pointing it to a shooting, a thing.
Yeah, well,
everybody else is not
passing, right? Or
everybody else is not a thing.
Because he's not the assist leader.
He's not the assist leader.
But
it's a thing. What I'm saying, it's a thing. It's a thing, right? You're using
Who's
a
the
thing.
assist leader?
John Stockton.
All right. So is John Stockton a generational talent?
No.
Okay.
So that's
in the hearts of some.
No, that's the thing. Everybody else, it's them that's generational. When people argue about Steph, you're saying his shooting is generational. I'm talking about people. People are the person himself.
Yeah.
Here's my
right. That's what it is.
But I would say that
when you say shooting and this and that, that's not. That's not what I'm talking about.
People have taken it as a slight to Steph. I don't feel like you're disrespecting Steph.
It's this.
No, it's not a disrespect.
No. What I'm saying is,
I'm gonna help it out.
For Steph, it would be more of something that I trained my ass off for this ability. Now that's the other people were gifted. God gave them that.
Yeah.
Right. Their genetics gave them. You earned your ability. Your shooting ability was earned. Shaquille O'Neal, jumping ability and dunking power, he didn't earn that. He was gifted that.
You can't mimic Wemby.
No.
That's a created player. Mm-hmm. All right, how can we mimic Steph Curry? You know how? Trae Young.
Yeah, but Trae can't shoot like Steph.
Trae can't.
No.
Like Steph.
Okay.
Let me go deeper. Dame Lillard. Put them next to each other. Right? You're only going to say Steph is a better shooter is because he made more.
Well, yeah.
But generationally, we've seen these guys shoot at this type of clip.
Now, my question is, if let's say Trae Young, right? If Trae Young beats Steph Curry's record, is Trae Young
a generational talent?
Is Steph not a generational anymore? Does it enhance to what I'm saying is if Trae Young wins 4 championships and MVPs and breaks his scoring record, does this guy we're not calling generational now, does he become generational?
He has to be.
See, that's not generational then.
Because Steph can be mimicked. He can be mimicked based on his accomplishments and awards that he's gotten. If this guy, Trae Young, who shoots similarly, goes and gets these same awards, you have to give him the same criteria.
And then that's the problem. Generational has nothing to do with achievements. When we said Bo Jackson, when we said Mike Tyson, when we said Tiger Woods, I don't know what Phil Nicholson record he broke at 2, but they already coined it.
Yep.
The little 12-year-old that's fucking monkey dunking on everybody, he's considered a generational talent.
Michael Jackson,
he has
5 years old, ABC, 1, 2, 3, you and me.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's
but that's what I'm saying. It's a physical. So we're not talking about work ethic. We're not talking about game changers. We're not talking about the things that you can get better in. He and Kobe, these are workaholics who perfected a skill and changed the landscape of basketball or music or whatever. That's a different conversation.
Yes, it is.
So
One is a physical conversation. Like if we say, all right, y'all, we're not gonna touch a basketball, we're not gonna touch a football, or what's the name? I got Serena Williams, Tiger Woods, LeBron James, Wemby, Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, right? Jerry Rice. All right, we're gonna do combat something. We're gonna compete. Pick. With not knowing what we're gonna do, who's gonna be last?
Jerry Rice.
And who else?
Who was the one
Curry,
before him?
catching
Curry,
footballs.
yeah, Curry would be, yeah. Because you're talking about Wemby, you like Wemby.
The competition is catching footballs.
But what I'm saying, we don't know what the competition is.
we gotta pick something out
So
of-
we're gonna have the pick. So now you're going off of what only? Physical attributes.
that can be accomplished throughout the whole
Yeah, so
landscape.
now I don't know what sport it is. It could be boxing, it could be wrestling. Let me start going. The last two picks are gonna be the people who look normal. That's why people want to be them. Because they're normal looking. The guys that are generational, we can't identify with. That's what makes them different.
And it's in their sport too, because you're looking at Serena
They
in tennis. It's like knowing that we never seen anything like this in tennis.
But
Tiger Woods in golf, like we've never seen anything like this.
You can't
as a
mimic it?
kid.
No.
Never seen anything like that.
So let's spin it back to the question. Generational aside.
No, okay, so
Steph
for
game changer. Does Steph belong in the top 10?
For the question so in my top 10, so I have to put a cap on my top 10. My top 10 starts from 80 on.
Okay.
Right, 80 on, right? Because I don't know your resume
What you
from
seen,
there.
what you seen.
I can't really identify with it. So yes, Steph makes my top 10.
Steph is in your top 10. Steph is in your top 10, Brendan. Rashad, how about yourself? In your top 10, Steph Curry cracking that top 10.
That's good enough. We're serious, because the fact that it takes thought, because now you got to run down everybody's resume.
Because
You got
you're thinking point guards. You're thinking,
And it's hard just to relegate him to a point guard despite the size, and obviously he handles a lot of that role, but...
This criteria of talent, is it talent-based? To me, it's always talent-based and skill-based. So I look at Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, I look at Isaiah Thomas, I look at Shaq, I look at Hakeem Olajuwon, and I'm looking at the totality of the skill set. And even Kyrie, like comparing Kyrie and Steph. Who's better? Who's more talented? But who has the more accomplishments? Who has the more awards? So I don't really like doing all that, because then it eliminates one based on team success and all of that kind of stuff. So no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. But he probably is 11, because the top 10 is so tight with so much talent. And then you got Allen, like, he's not better than Allen Iverson to me. I can't put him in and take him out. So there's so many guys. But being outside of the top 10 doesn't regulate that, doesn't negate your talent.
No.
Like Steph Curry is one of the greatest of all time, by far. And he considers himself the best point guard ever. So that alone, you got to consider him inside of that. But to me, I don't see a lot of point guards in my top 10.
But then that's the reason Brunson is what started this, right? Where I had to really go back into history, and it made me appreciate Isaiah Thomas now. And the reason is this. Physical and generation, someone thinks that's a different thing. Physical is you're gifted. 44-inch vertical, 46-inch vertical. You have 2% body fat. That's your genetics. That's what makes you gifted, right? Your skill is a very different thing. So when you're talking about someone in a point guard position, what they lack that everyone else is going to have is the genetics that God gave them, right? The Wilts, the Shaqs, the Jordans, the Magics, the LeBrons, right? Those guys supposed to win.
Because they're bigger.
History has said there's been, in the last 50 years, 2 normal point guards that have won championship amongst these freaks. Isaiah Thomas as the lead dog, right? As the lead, not the secondary player, as the lead player, the man on the team, Isaiah Thomas and Curry is the only 2 players that's won championships in the last 50 years being the main player on the team. That right there alone, one has 4, 3 as the main player. When him and KD was together, we can argue on who was number 1, number 2, right? It's there. But a guaranteed by 3.5 championships, 3.5 championships that he as the number 1 guy, and Isaiah as the number 1 guy, he has 2. That alone itself, to who they were, we're not talking about like John Morant body. Right, we're talking about motherfucking 21-inch vertical. Shit, Isaiah Thomas, same thing. These guys are not the peak athlete, and they win amongst these giants and won as the number 1 guy. That alone has to be in my top 10. Right? A freak of nature, you were supposed to fucking win. Fuck off. Right, you were supposed to win. 44-inch vertical with your 3% body fat, 6'11", 7'1", whatever the fuck was going through your bloodstream, you didn't. And then someone, and please, moving forward, y'all. Even if I open it up to the masses, I know one person who can't be in there due to research.
Who's that one person?
Russell.
So is AI not in there?
Bill Russell?
Is AI in there?
You said AI better than Steph Curry?
Is AI in there?
My top 10? No, not due to talent. Not due to talent, right? Talent, my talented top 10, like I'm contradicting, okay? Not to top 10 because T-Mac could be in there too, right? Not talented top 10, just player and accomplishments too.
So you sub AI into Steph Curry's team. Does he win 4 championships and he do all the shit?
Hell no, he don't. No, he don't.
No, he don't.
No,
he don't.
No.
Wait, hold on. Relax. I don't know.
So the question is, does Steph Curry average 28 a game without the cast that he has? All the screen set and all that shit?
Yeah. Eventually, yeah, because his shooting, his skill set, you create the offense for him anyway. So the dominant player is going to be dominant.
AI can move around.
They're gonna be dominant.
AI can move around, Brandon.
Yeah, he can
but
put him in the same. Put him in the same category as Steph Curry.
Can we double down on
But what I'm saying is,
no, let's double down. You know what I'm saying? You're the one said.
AI
compared him to Steph Curry? Yes.
He didn't
compared to Steph Curry.
He didn't have the guard. He didn't have the guard.
AI can move around.
He didn't have to guard him.
Compared to Steph Curry. Allen Iverson.
Yes. You say it loud as you want.
No.
Say it as loud as you want.
Rookie of the year. Number 1 pick.
He cannot.
Number 1 pick.
I don't know what. The problem is.
Woo!
The problem is
that Steph Curry brand is tough over there.
No, I like it. I love AI, but he's not Steph.
Not because because you never played against him. You don't know what it was.
The blur.
Right? You don't know what it was. Like he himself demanded all 5 people.
This guy.
No, he doesn't.
So this is a guy.
No, he's
Why
never
when he
been.
step past half court, he demands everybody.
No, he's never been quadruple teamed.
When he stepped past half court, everybody's guarding him.
Who?
Steph Curry. What are you talking about? You're not just gonna let Steph Curry walk past half with the ball. You're gonna have to guard him.
They do it all the time.
You switched out on him.
Okay, another guy. It's 5 guys. It's 5 guys watching one guy.
No one switched on to Allen Iverson.
You didn't have to. For what?
No, we
didn't have to.
You got to switch on Steph.
We didn't. No.
What do you mean you didn't?
We didn't switch. No one was that fucking stupid.
Brandon,
because the thing about Steph is,
what are y'all talking about?
Steph wasn't fast like Allen Iverson.
Doesn't matter.
So you can switch onto him, and he's gonna try to bop you. Allen Iverson, you had to double or triple team.
Gone.
If he was there, we don't give a fuck who you were. You're over there, cool. We're here.
We watching
If
AI.
Clay was with Allen Iverson, Clay would average 30.
Easy.
Because we did not give two shits about Clay at that point because the dude himself was so dominant.
That it didn't win to no ring.
And so, do you know what his team looked like?
No.
I don't
give a fuck.
No.
You should.
Hold on.
What do you mean? Who was playing in the league?
No, hold on.
Kobe,
Bro,
Shaq,
Stop disrespecting.
It's not disrespecting.
Disrespecting stuff like that is
Tim
crazy.
Duncan. All these niggas was playing in the league.
And you know who Steph had to go against? KD, Russ, James Harden, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving.
Hold on.
Yeah, a bunch
of what?
Bunch of superstars.
Compared to all the names.
Compared to all the niggas you played against, trash.
Tracy McGrady,
Watch
Vince
out.
Carter.
How the hell is he
all
talking?
they trash?
How the hell is he
they
talking?
All trash?
Talking.
They all Hall of Famers.
These other niggas
They
better.
all
They
Hall of
better.
Famers.
The dudes I played against is better. The guys I played against is better.
Let me just.
Can watch out with that early 2000s.
No. Hold on.
Ran all y'all.
Hey, Brandon Jennings said Allen Iverson can watch out.
Compared to
Are
Steph
you
Curry?
serious?
Compared to Steph Curry?
Wait.
Are you serious?
No, wait, hold on.
Sure.
Listen,
Yeah, I like my era. I like my era a lot.
Who's your era again? Name them names.
All right.
Hold on.
No.
Name them names. Name them names of your era.
My era?
Name the names of your era.
Hold on.
Let him kill himself.
No.
Hold on.
No, that's not it. No, this is.
Hold on.
This is.
What
No.
era you?
Pull it out.
Yeah, please go get the ball.
I gotta help. No.
Please go get the ball.
All right.
Please go get the ball.
Thank you, Paolo.
Pull it out.
Your era versus my era?
No. Pull it out. All right.
The body bag has arrived.
Hold on. Curry.
I think it's big enough. It's big enough.
All right. When Curry went to the championship, right? He had who?
I don't care who he had.
No.
I got drafted there.
No, what I'm saying.
I don't care what my team is.
No,
It
you
don't
got.
matter. This
No,
is
you
where I got drafted. I got drafted here.
Who is
No, wait, hold on. Hold on. I get what you're saying. This is what I'm gonna tell you a lineup. This lineup, one man took this team
The East was trash.
to the championship.
The East was trash.
Cool. Mutombo,
The East was trash. Okay, All-Star, Hall of Famer.
Aaron McKee, Eric Snow,
What was
Tyrone Hill, Bruford,
Todd McCullough,
Rashad Bell, George Lynch,
Matt Harper.
Kevin Ali, Todd McCullough. One man took that. When you said Hall of Famer, is it a Hall of Famer that scored? So that means right now, not nobody on this
The East
team.
was weak.
Hold on. That means nobody on this team
The East was
can score 10 points, which means all 5 defenders was trying to stop one man because we know the other 4 were worthless. He got this team to the championship playing literally one-on-one. He don't have a Klay Thompson on his team.
Brandon.
He don't have a Poole on his team.
That's not
so
my-
what I'm saying,
Brandon,
when
put
you're
your leg
saying,
in.
no, what I'm saying
Brandon,
is,
come put your
what I'm
leg
saying-
in here.
What I'm saying is when
Come
you
put your fucking legs in here. What are you talking about?
body bag.
Put your fucking legs
I'm not
in the fucking bag.
Your era was
Rashad
trash.
has
I don't want to cut your
Y'all era
legs
was
off.
trash. Y'all era was trash.
You're
Y'all
gonna
had
make
one
me
man
cut your
6 foot.
fucking
No,
legs off.
that's how terrible y'all were.
Name
what I'm
your
saying,
class.
no, what I'm saying
That's
is,
how trash
Name
y'all
your
were.
class.
no, what
That's
I'm
how terrible the East was.
Name your fucking
what I'm saying
class.
is when you're saying a man ain't that good, you have to realize.
I didn't say he wasn't that. What I'm saying is he's not better than Steph Curry. What's wrong with that?
If this man had a Klay
He's not
Thompson,
even better than James Harden.
if this man had a Klay Thompson on his team type of player, if this man had a Kevin Durant type of player,
Fight for your era. That's
what I'm saying. No, what I'm saying.
Fight for your era. Fight for your era.
waiting for you to name
I'm
your
naming
guy.
2 niggas I know he can't fuck.
What I'm saying.
James Harden,
What
Russell Westbrook,
What I'm saying.
Kyrie
is,
Irving,
If
Steph Curry. I mean, come on. Stop. Come on.
He don't even have an all practice player on his team.
He don't even want to practice.
You're literally saying, if you think Klay, if Curry was on this team, you think they're making it to the championship?
I don't know. Maybe in that era, y'all era was trash. Your
Our
era was
era
not that
was
good.
trash?
That's 01.
Double down on that.
Kobe and Shaq
Hey,
swept the whole thing. It was Kobe and Shaq.
Double
That's it.
down
all
on
we
it.
cared about.
Double down on it, Brandon.
All y'all was just there.
You know what you're doing right now?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. Hey, let's go.
You're still alive and you're getting in the body bag.
I'm not getting in
We
the body
haven't
bag.
even
I'm not
dug
going
the
away
hole.
from. I'm not going away from Steph Curry being a better
But you
basketball
just
player.
said our era was trash.
No, it ain't even about to be in the trap. I'm talking about this.
All peers.
I'm talking about this.
Kevin
If
Garnett.
I just told you this lineup and Allen Iverson is on this court, what are you doing defensively?
It was the watered down.
What are you defensively? What are you doing defensively with a lineup of Mutombo, Aaron McKee, who averaged 7 points? Eric Snow, who can shoot the ball. Tyrone Hill, Bruford. What are you doing defensively to Allen Iverson?
I don't know. It sounds like
You do know, Brandon. Stop deflecting.
I don't know.
You're doubling and triple teaming.
It sounds like the D-Rose team he had with the Bulls, a bunch of defenders, and then he
So
ended
what
up
are you doing to
Wait, wait.
D-Rose?
Whoa.
What are you doing?
What the Rose?
What are you doing?
What, the Rose?
That D-Rose team that he had when he went to the Eastern Conference, when he got MVP, yeah, he had a bunch of defenders on his team. Now with Ben Gordon. Ben Gordon was gone.
Did Hyrick shoot the ball? Can Hyrick shoot? Who can shoot the ball here?
I don't know.
Nobody. No, nobody. But what I'm saying
That's
is,
how bad
but
he
what I'm
was. That's
saying,
how bad it was.
It's not as bad. It's how good he was.
No, that's how bad.
You're trying to
that's
take
how bad the East was. It was that trash.
East.
It was that trash. The East was that weak.
2001.
That week. That week. It was that week. Toronto was gonna get in if y'all didn't get in. Woo.
What era are you talking about?
This is 2001 when he went to the finals, right? You're talking about AI. Yeah, when
You think of a team? Take fucking right. What's the name's argument was when Curry lost one player, just one player, they didn't make it to the playoffs.
You're talking about T-Mac said that. He said that. We're listening to him. That's what we're listening to. That's what we're listening to. Bad Back Mac. Listen to Bad Back Mac.
Now, hold on.
He's doubling down.
He's trying to talk about Steph Curry, not a top 10 player. Get the fuck out of here.
No, what I'm saying.
Fuck out of here.
No, what I'm saying.
He called him bad. Get the fuck out of here.
No, what I'm saying is if you
watch out.
the stat is if you take Clay off,
Talk about my
they
era.
didn't make the playoffs. If you took Draymond off and you had Clay, they didn't make the playoffs. Now, if you take Clay off and Draymond off, and it's just Curry by himself, and we get.
This is your.
No, you're not trying to
I can
listen.
only imagine
Hold on.
what you've been dealing
Hold on.
with,
If
bro.
you take, if I take
Don't
Dray-
bring Freedom.
What the fuck is going on, Freedom?
Leave the dog.
if I take Draymond off and I take Clay off.
Not Freedom, Rashad. Not Freedom in the bottom. No.
Go ahead, Gil.
No.
I take Draymond
Take
off.
Freedom out the body
I
bag.
take the All-Star off. I take the Hall of Famer off. I take your other All-Star off. I take your All NBA everything off. I take your supporting cast off that can actually score a bucket and say
You stuck with
And
Andrew Bogut.
and I say, all right, Curry, get us to the championship. I don't give a fuck what coach you put me in. Can he make it to the championship?
We're speaking hypothetical.
Oh.
Now we're speaking hypothetical now.
my
No,
God.
we're not taking hypotheticals.
Are you
You know what?
deflecting?
Oh, no.
Why is he not
With the
having
reason
a whole
with-
conversation?
Allen Iverson was a better basketball
Hold
player
on.
than Stephen Curry.
We can't take it hypothetically because when one was just missing, they didn't make the playoffs. When just one. If you take them both off, can they make it to the championship? That's what Allen Iverson. You're minimizing Allen Iverson. The best thing the NBA had is Philadelphia was too cheap to put anybody with Allen Iverson. That was the best thing for the Eastern Conference.
And they got rid of Larry Hughes.
That they were so cheap that they didn't put anybody with
bad
them.
business.
So we
Bad
was happy.
Bad
because
business.
No, what we're saying is the nigga still averaged 30-something while we're trying to quadruple team him.
Okay.
That's how good he was.
Still.
Okay. He's not better than Stephen Curry.
So where's the basketball conversation that
better-
we're having?
he's
Because
not
you're
better than Stephen.
all you're doing is deflecting.
He's not better than
All
Stephen Curry.
all you're saying is
I'm not saying he is or isn't. I'm
he
saying
said that. He said that.
I'm saying you don't know how good he was because you didn't play against him. Because I can tell you the lineup is, look, you guard him one-on-one. Us three, us four, we're gonna help you. We're not guarding our man. If our man has 20 to have 20, he still gave you 45 while we're still trying to go. That's how fast he was. He was faster than everybody.
That's fine. That's fine.
Right? Your speed couldn't stay in front of him. My speed couldn't stay in front of him.
Fine.
He still gave 45 with us loaded up on it.
That's fine.
Rashad, can we take
That's
freedom
how
out of
good
the
he
body
was.
bag?
That's fine.
If we played this, if he was in his era, we had to play him one-on-one, or he gets to set a pick and roll and Rudy Gobert gets to switch out on him. I don't know what this man.
I've never seen nobody in the NBA couldn't pass half court without getting guarded. Like they have to be right there. So
I don't know. I don't know a guy where we zoned up on form. He still was making layups. He's still making layups. He's not a 3-point. He's making a layup.
7-footers.
Let's shoot from half.
Who?
They said Brandon was the next AI.
Next AI?
That is crazy. They called him the next AI.
I don't know why.
And he scores 55, and it's like, that's the next AI. You score 55, and they're like, you're the next AI.
Who did he do it against? Who did he do it against?
Golden State Warriors.
Who did he do it against?
His man.
Hey, Gil.
Put him in the bag.
Put him in the bag. Hey, put this nigga in the goddamn bag.
It's all right, man.
Put this nigga in the goddamn bag and
Let's move on to mostly fans.
Hey,
Come on in, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on in.
I didn't lose. The chat didn't say I lost. The chat didn't say I lost.
Put the shoe in the bag. Put the Chuck Crowder. Take the beanie. Come on, put the beanie in there.
The chat didn't say I lost.
The next AI gave his man. I forgot about that.
Freedom ain't free.
Y'all not talking.
The AI 2.0.
Y'all not talking about nobody in my era.
He scores 55, and it's like, this is the AI
Y'all not talking about nobody in my era, man.
We got to do some morning. So on that note, make sure you stick around for a new episode of Sheen and Tyler coming up after us. This has been Gil's Arena presented by Underdog Fantasy. We will see y'all tomorrow.
Throw that music on. Throw that music.